Okay, and I was actually gonna bring that up later, like after the session when we were talking about stuff. And you don't have to answer now, but just for note, depending on how long we want this campaign to go, and like how long people are available to, I do have a rough plan for like a Symmetry War season 2. That is a new arc in the same world if we want to continue it. So we can figure that out later. That's obviously not a question for now. Just for note, we are live on Starting Soon screen, so I'll go to main live in a minute. Yeah, you're all good. You always get compliments on your outfits anyway, so... Oh, hold on, my pancreatic cancer research thing is still going. I should turn that off. I forgot to turn that off. I did a charity stream last Wednesday, and I had a bot that was giving the donation link, but that is now closed. So let me turn that off. Okay, we are already at 139 people. Okay, and on that note, are we ready to go to live camera? Cool. All right, taking us to camera now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4. Now, the first thing that I'm going to say immediately before anything else happens, my audio might be desynchronized because I'm trying a new thing. So, chat, please tell me if my audio is desynchronized, and I can fix it in like 2 seconds, but there's no real reliable way for me to tell. So, that's what I'm going to jump up immediately.
I'm doing fantastic.
We'll Momo, Panda, how are you guys
doing? I can't
doing?
see. I'm not wearing my...
Oh, it is. Okay, hold on. I'm going to fix my audio real quick before... thank you, chat, for letting me know that. As I'm fixing that, as Panda just mentioned, he just got back from Hawaii. Everybody say congrats to Panda on graduating from college.
Thank you.
Yay for Panda. Some desynchronized claps for you as I fix this. Alright, I'll fix this problem eventually, but for some reason, it just does not want to keep my audio going. Nikhil should be here very soon, and then we will get into the reveal of the cliffhanger that we had everyone waiting on for 2 weeks. But hopefully it will be a suitable session. That should have fixed my audio, by the way, chat. It should take a minute for it to update, but we should be good in a sec. All right. Oh, and let me get my last Twitch settings up. As everyone coming from TikTok probably knows, I've been stacked with finals this week, so I've been super busy, but I think I have pretty much everything ready to go for this week. Turn that off. Cool.
Oh.
We are already getting people saying Panda's new favorite word in the chat as congratulations. I'll see if he remembers what that is. Yep, he knows what it is. Oh, we're getting a lot more fan art in. I haven't sent this next one to you guys yet. We'll do a fan art showcase soon. But someone did do
I saw that.
Oh my god! I didn't
you guys
see
were
it.
jumping off the bird, and like both you two rolled, and then Canyon just slammed into the ground. Someone did an animatic of that, so I'll get that and the other like glib drawings that we have up in a showcase.
Fan art.
Soon.
I want to see people imagine Jared.
I want to see what people think a hot big genie looks like.
I'm sure someone did fan art of like a generic Symmetrist agent, so I'm sure we're gonna get Jared fan art at some point. Okay, let's see. Make sure my audio hopefully resync. Oh, there's Nikhil.
Okay.
My God, his camera looks fine too.
Yeah, a little peek behind the curtain, chat. This is the first time I think ever where Streamlabs has actually saved my camera settings, and I haven't had to put everybody's info back in at the beginning of the session, which makes me very happy. Also, right. Everyone in the chat is yelling about a Red Hood mug. If you want, I'll hold on. I'll turn off my my face so that you can have the...
This thing
Yeah.
is huge.
Matt, I
but
think you're
haven't
still
There we go. I'll
desynced.
turn off my face so that everyone can have... Oh,
This
let me
thing
see if
is
I can fix
gigantic,
that.
and I don't have anything
Panda
to
shows off
fill
his
with
camera.
it unless I want to drink like an entire pot of coffee, or get really, really fucked up on a stream, which I am.
Some people would say that was a good idea.
I'm sure they would. I wouldn't.
Drunk D&D could be a hell of a
Yeah,
time.
totally. I'll just start using it as like a cozy, where I'll just like pack it with like foam or something, and then be able to stick
That is a
drinks and
huge
stuff
mug, though.
into it.
I
Yeah,
mean, we could always do a one shot where all of the characters are just plastered.
just fucking wasted the entire time.
I double stacked my... As you can see now, I accidentally double stacked my camera, so there's two of me layered, and I think that's why my audio was desyncing.
Ah, that would make sense.
You know what?
that would do it.
Let's figure out which one is correct. We're just gonna inception myself all over your screens. You haven't gotten me for a week as I do finals, and now you're gonna get three of me at once as I try to figure out what on earth is going on. I think.
Whoa.
Someone said
say,
synced.
okay. You know what? Let's just kill this camera and hope that it's fine.
There's so many.
It's fine. It's fine. I fixed. My camera was the one that broke. One has to break every week, and today it was mine. Okay, so it looks like it just took a second to get in.
Awesome.
I'll fix the audio problem eventually, and after this week I'll have a lot more time. So let's not keep everybody waiting, because we've already had people waiting on this cliffhanger for about 2 weeks now. Does anyone wanna try to take a recap? Hold on, Nikhil, what is that? Okay.
It's a dipple hoodie.
Speaking of which, it's cold.
All right. So I guess it's my turn to do the recap.
Yeah, I need a recap.
Okay.
on my
Okay.
own.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low-key-
A lot happened.
low-key-
A lot happened in the last 5 minutes of last week's session. It was a big one. So not last week. 2 weeks ago at this point. 2 weeks ago, our heroes made it to Riftreach with some level of ease. A bird was jumped off, but they made it in. Found.
I had it
Yeah.
for a long time.
You waving a knife at me, Nikhil? No, it's a pen. Okay. They made it to Riftreach, found out a little bit about the city, and followed the map that Spigo made for them, sort of, to the base of the Commission of Light, which is sort of the science and research division of the city, where they proceeded to infiltrate in a little bit of a stealth mission, accidentally, on purpose, we'll call it accidentally on purpose, murder the head of that commission, which is something that will probably have consequences for them later, and then make their way into a secret underground base, which was actually the, this is very hard to read. I should have written this out in advance, but you know what? This is my session, and I'll figure out how to recap my own story. After murdering the commission leader, they made their way into a secret underground fortress under the commission, where they found the portal to the Chaos Realm, and proceeded to basically break it open, thanks to the influence of the shard that they have been carrying through the first 3 weeks. At which point they were rescued from certain doom by the head of one faction of Symmetry. Now, this is a really important lore. This is what I get for trying to... God, you guys are better at recaps than me. That's what I'm learning, is you guys are better at
I mean, it
recaps
has
than me.
been 2 weeks.
It has been.
Also, we
A
didn't
bit.
technically kill the guy. He killed himself using oh my gosh, Canyon's arrow.
Yes, he
Yeah.
used Canyon's crossbow. Anyway,
And then
What-
my skull guy took us down to the thingy.
yes, your skull guy took you down. In the temple, they were met by Minerva, the head of the Order faction of Symmetris, who then gave them a little bit of exposition, sort of related to the name of this campaign, which is that Symmetris, the sort of Illuminati police that controls everything in this region, has actually been splitting into 2 factions, a faction that follows Order and a faction that follows Chaos. And while they have not broken completely yet, you know, if anything drives them further apart, it will sort of lead to an all-out war between them that will tear the continent in half more than it already is. And with the Chaos portal opening, that might be the catalyst that turns them to war. Now, Minerva is a sort of intense personality that the party doesn't really get along with, but as she was about to do unknown things, they were rescued by a very mysterious and chaotic figure named Raelius, who is the leader of the other faction of Symmetris, the faction that follows Chaos. And that was where we left off, was after the rescue by Raelius. They are now in his base of operations, which they don't know too much about, and have contacted Mystery Man. This is the important part of the cliffhanger, because after they contacted Mystery Man, Raelius, immediately after seeing the figure, destroyed their form of contact and revealed that Mystery Man, the guy that they have been working for the whole time to sort of uncover this mystery, is actually the leader and founder, not leader, founder, of Symmetris, a centuries-old organization. How he's still around, nobody knows. Maybe he's lying, nobody knows. But regardless, some very complicated stuff is going on, and this week we are going to uncover a little bit more of it. So, that was a bad recap. My brain is fried from business finals, but hopefully it was enough. So does anyone have any questions, things I forgot, before I get into this this new section of story?
Dancing Canyon.
Oh yes, Canyon also danced for, well, he was a street performer,
A
but
long
he didn't make a
time.
lot of money. They committed some fraud. The party did a lot of chaotic things last week that were not...
Oh, I forgot I was a frog for a bit.
You were a frog for... Oh, my
With
Automod's still
perfectly
on.
tailored pants.
A frog with perfectly tailored pants. Sorry to chat who's getting flagged by Automod. I still have some settings on for my charity stream that I did. Let me turn those down for you. There we go. And it should be fixed
Sorry
up.
about Nightbot. They're a lot.
Yeah, Nightbot, and I, for those who don't know, I did a charity stream earlier this week, and because it was for charity, I wanted to keep up good appearances, so I had all my moderation turned way up. But now it's back down, so go wild. Somehow my moderation didn't catch Glibussi, so, you know, it can't catch everything, but it does its best.
That's been said multiple times in the chat.
Oh.
Not a single time.
Many, many, many times. Eventually, Twitch will learn to just take any word that ends in USSY and filter it, but it hasn't gotten there yet. So, is everyone ready to just sort of jump in?
Absolutely.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, we're still in the cave with the guy, right?
Yes.
That's like, all right.
So,
We're in a cave.
no, not a cave, but I was about to get to there. So, where we last let off in the last 5 minutes, you were taken through a portal by Raelius after, flying around on his glider into some form of office or base. It seems to be, his room in wherever his base of operations is. You don't know. And Raelius sort of gave you a little bit of context as to Chaos maybe not being as bad as it seems, or at least he claims to. He also doesn't know who Polnaros is. And when you contacted Mystery Man, as I said a moment ago, he kind of immediately changed demeanor, recognizing the figure, and revealed that that was the founder of Symmetris. And that was the last line said, so I will now toss it over to you guys to have any reactions to that you will.
Which one? Which one? He's the founder of Symmetris. There's two of them, right?
Yeah, that's a fair question. Raelius looks very confused at this point, sort of as stunned as you guys are. Thinking for a moment, he kind of leans back against his desk, takes off his helmet, revealing that for anyone curious. He is an air genasi. He is not a human. He looks mostly human, but has like light blue skin. He takes off his helmet, puts his hand to his face, kind of thinks for a moment. He goes, well, so like when I said he was the founder, I mean like the founder from like I don't know, a couple hundred years ago kind of founder. That was before this whole unpleasantness with the split happened. So it was just the one back then, I guess. I don't know. Look, you guys know more about this situation than me at this point. So how'd you meet him?
He was running a shop in a town called Slaughterton.
He paused.
He tried to have me killed.
He was running a shop. Was like what kind of shop? Like a a normal
various items.
In hindsight, it kind of seems like it was a front for something else.
That would make.
It had an unbreakable wall.
What did he tell you? Just called him Mystery Man, right? Like, did he tell you anything about?
Listen,
call
in
him that.
my line of work, you don't ask for your employees' names just in case you get tortured. You can't give up your employer.
Absolutely.
I didn't ask his name because I didn't care.
Okay, you know what? I respect all of those. You guys seem like you're good I don't know, mercenaries or whatever. For note, his name's Callisto. If he's the guy I'm thinking of, that's Callisto, all right.
Wait, we have heard that name before. Wait, we have learned that we've heard that name before.
Have you?
Have we?
I think so.
I haven't
I've
said
heard
it.
the list
Shit.
before. I don't remember this.
Are you sure
goddamn-
you haven't?
If I did, it was by accident.
I swear you said that name before.
You're the party note taker, man. I don't fucking...
If I will say if I have, it is by accident. I have not said Callisto before, unless I
damn
let
it.
something slip. I mean, so
Well, I'm making a note of it.
regard. Okay.
Isn't it? Callisto. I'm gonna keep calling him Mystery Man, because I find it funnier.
I mean, you're not wrong. It is pretty funny. And what did he want you to do exactly? I'm sorry. Look, this is a
Our quest was to find that gate and wait. I'm pretty sure that we were being sent as like patsies. I think we were trying to find people who were probably gonna kill us. Considering this would not be the first time he did that.
okay.
Wait, why did we trust the person that supposedly sent someone to murder you? What? I forgot why we even did his little quest.
He offered you your thing. He offered me my
Oh,
thing.
right.
And Canyon's here.
Canyon got adventure out of the deal, and a weird magic skull that'll maybe come up later. So Rayleigh, he leans back a little bit further and goes, "Okay, you know what? Full disclosure, I've never met Callisto. He's a bit before my time. I'm like 30. I'm young. He looks good for his age, but his age is like 600 or 700. From what I've heard of the guy, well, I haven't heard much of the guy. Mystery Man is fitting, right? He was a mysterious dude.
Yes.
But why did he just told you to come here and wait and just sit here and call him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? There's a chance he might be on his way, so I don't know if we should vacate the premises as quickly as possible.
He did say that he was very interested in doing this on his own.
Okay, that's not ideal. He's coming here? Maybe that's
Yes,
good.
He's coming to where we told him that we were at.
So he's coming.
But
he's coming to the Chaos Temple. He's coming to my temple.
Yeah, probably, most likely.
Okay.
Yes, it
We did call
seems that
him.
way.
Okay. Maybe this. You know what? Maybe this is good. We shouldn't automatically assume the worst. I mean, he was a reasonable guy. I'm sure he tried to have you murdered, but
Hey, you guys remember on that call last week where he wiped out an entire army to just kind of have a conversation with us?
Really.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
I
Go
remember
ahead.
calling
Continue.
that.
I just wanted to remind my
Rayleigh's
party
kind of
that
laughs. He
thing.
goes, "Oh yeah. He's strong. He's pretty powerful. Like I'm a powerful guy, and if I'm like here, we're talking like this or above for Callisto. So that's why I'm a little worried. But let's circle back to something that you said a minute. You said there was like a monster somewhere in the chaos. Can we refresh my memory on a monster?
Yes. So I did something. I licked my genie Jared. He's this crystal right here. He's a salt lamp. I ended up in the chaos realm, and I met this creature named Polneros. I don't know what his deal is. He had very bad vibes. But I got out, and now I'm
And a lot of arms.
a lot of arms, and the head attached to the arm, not to a neck. I don't know how he moves.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why I asked you to recap. I have absolutely no idea what that is. I kind of thought I misheard you before, but no, it just is just weird. So,
Is Jared awake? Jared showed us what he looked like.
Yes, Jared is being a bitch right now. He's asleep.
Yeah, Jared has not been helpful at all.
No.
you haven't asked since you got through the portal.
Like, I have tried
how
to
does
touch
Ty-
him
hey,
many
bro,
times.
how
He has
does-
not answered my
does-
calls. Here, I put him in Canyon's hands. Asked, I say, you try to wake this man up. I can't do it.
I want to lick it.
Okay, let me
no.
get the old wild magic table up. I actually do have my dice, so I don't have to run out of the room to grab them this time.
That would
We
be-
just
Also,
need to
DM,
smash
can I
it.
roll for a hotness check on the guy that Raelius?
Yeah, yeah. You can always roll hotness on my characters.
How hot is this man?
How hot? Flat D20. How hot is?
Yeah, how hot
Raelius?
is Rayleigh as I pull up my wild magic tables?
You just hear like search history in the
Oh,
background.
he's a
How hot is
7.
this man?
A 7?
It's-
I will
Ooh.
say that's the hotness rolls are for your personal taste.
No, they can factor into
In my brain, everyone can roll hotness for what you're. It's subjective. Hotness is subjective.
No.
Oh no. It's
No,
subjective.
he's objectively whatever hot level.
All right.
he's a 7 out of
He is
20.
objectively at best a 7.
7.
All right, let's see if you guys get punished for that belief by the wild magic table here. Let me hold on. This one, and here we go. The crystal is
The
licked.
amount of work you have to put in.
Okay. That's another one that doesn't affect anything now, but might affect something
Damn it.
later.
All right, then after the licking fails, I just chuck the thing on the ground.
Okay, so you chunk the thing on the ground, and you hear a little sort of grunt from within it. Rayleigh sort of
Darius?
Rayleigh
Did it
sort of
just
points
grunt?
at it and
Jared,
goes,
wake up.
"Is that so? There's a dude in there."
I want to pick it up.
is
and I
a
wanna just
dude.
tap on it with like my claw relentlessly. It's like,
Okay.
Jared, Jared,
What? I'm
See?
still sleeping.
you need to be doing not that.
What do you want? The voice is still very
You gotta-
very muffled and tired, obviously.
We got a monster that you need to show this other
sh-
weird guy. That's out here.
Same monster as last time.
Yes, as always.
Same.
Yep.
Okay, so you hear sort of another exasperated grunt, and a little like swirl of light emits from a pane of the crystal, and forms a similar holographic image to what you saw last time of Momo and Jared on the little floating island, with Polnaros sort of curling up around it as he does. And Rayleigh sort of, not really reacting in the face. The neutral expression leans in. Goes, yeah, that's awful. I hate everything about this. Don't recognize it though.
Yeah, I saw it in person. It's even worse when you see it with your actual eyes.
We're in
I
the
don't
chaos
understand how
realm,
you-
right?
Yeah, I don't understand how you're like the head of this shit and you don't know the guy in your own realm.
Yeah,
Like if this is here, he's somewhere around here.
see, he points at Canyon. He goes, you have a point there. See, that's why I'm worried because this is my space, and I should know what that is, and I don't, which is an issue, understandably. So.
You seem very
It seems like you seem to be, I don't know, kind of mindlessly worshipping a concept you don't quite understand.
Or maybe, hey, I might be out of line here. We have never seen anything like, and I point at the hologram, that or anything even remotely close to that. He might not have anything to do with here. He might just be here. Right? Like we haven't. Do we have any proof that that guy does anything outside of kind of just existing?
Well,
Have you seen how monstery he
I mean,
looks?
he has
He
spoken
is
to
quite
me in my
scary.
head
I'll
before.
grant you that. Nothing good
monstery
is that
things
scary.
are monsters.
Nothing good is that scary. I'm just saying, is that not good bits? The chaos shit that we're in right now, or is that just kind of is that dude just an evil dude who tends to live here?
We don't know. He had bad vibes, though.
say.
He did indeed have bad vibes.
He failed the vibe checks.
Do we know how hot Polaris is?
So here's my answer for how hot Polnaros is. Depends on what you're into. Because he's some sort of twisted eldritch body horror monster. The internet is vast. Someone's gonna
What's
say
the
yes.
hotness rating on him? No, but
Yeah.
also maybe. That is-
The is default no. Default no, but there are other options, is what we'll say.
There are other options. It depends on how many bags you're willing to put on him.
Hey,
Oh my god.
Maybe there's a Polnaros romance arc later in this campaign. We'll see how that goes.
Please, God, no.
I'll follow
Oh,
up there.
wait. Glib, aren't you like big friends with other scary monster Kraken? Maybe Kraken knows
I don't know
Polnaros.
about friends. I'm cursed, so I mean, kinda. If I scream loud enough, he might hear me and get real mad again.
Ooh, try
I'm
that.
not sure. If
Rayleigh says, yeah. I want to see that.
Damn it. Okay, fine. All right. So I back up and like everybody just move back for a bit. This is usually pretty loud. Genuinely asking the DM right now, how the fuck do I summon a Kraken?
It's your patron.
Okay.
What worked before? This is your character. You can run with it.
I'm assuming he kind of works like Khonshu, but if Khonshu talked a lot more in unintelligible elder god speak. So I'm just gonna back up, and you see my eyes glaze over red like they do when they're in the hood, and I just go, "Hey man, you there?"
You're a rock star.
That was a really good image of like I imagine the room darkens, you spread your arms wide, your eyes glaze red. Hey man, like that's I love that. That's another one that I humbly request someone animate.
Hey man, you there? I got some questions for you, man.
So a moment after you make this oddly casual request, the room darkens a little bit more, and all of you just hear this loud, but like more watery sounding. None of you can understand anything of what that meant, except of course for Glib, who just kind of gets a vague general like, what?
I gotta. You seem to know a lot about big scary monsters, seeing as you. I don't want to say that you are one, but also you are. So it would be really helpful if you could maybe give me some advice on this other one we might have possibly found.
Are you assuming all big scary monsters know each other?
A little.
I guess that's kind of fair.
There's not a lot of space for y'all to spread out in, so kinda.
Show me.
Alright, so since I'm just kind of like vibing, I'm just staring into nothing, and nobody else can see this guy. I just like make a casual like I'm gesturing to get the give me the Jared. Give me the Jared. I need to show my patron.
I think Kenyon has.
Yeah, I'm assuming it gets
okay.
passed on with no issues.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get the Jared, and I toss it up in the air, and as soon as Jared gets tossed up in the air, it just kind of hovers there as the patron's able to see it.
Yeah. So the Kraken, well, you kind of assume that the Kraken takes a look, and you can't really see, but the Kraken's psychic presence analyzes the imagery, and then it goes,
I have absolutely no idea.
God damn it!
What did he say? What did he say?
Same thing everyone else fucking said. And
someone in the chat.
Has it no? I think you know what I'm starting to think. I don't think this guy is real. Like I don't think what we saw is what people have seen him as before.
Well, I was gonna just say, what if Jared's a liar?
He's not a liar. I've seen this with my own eyes. But I don't think
Liar.
that if people have heard of this creature, they don't know it by this name, or if they do know it, they don't know it by this shape.
Oh wait, what's the other guy's name?
Raelius, yeah.
Raelius. I want to look at Raelius and just be like, quick, who's the most chaotic person you can think of? I want to look at those two and like in a hushed whisper, just like that's a bad sign.
just like big smile, like thumbs
I
up.
just want it said, as soon as I said God damn it, I immediately cut the call off with
That's
the Kraken.
fair. I also
No
want to point.
stopping. No, he was halfway through. I have no idea who that is. Immediately. Son of a bitch! Motherfucker!
Someone in chat also said, "Hey God, are you there? It's me, Glib," which I like that image.
Title of episode 4. Hey, God, are you there?
There's me, Glib.
We can't show title this yet. There's so much more that's gonna happen in this episode. We can't show title it yet.
Okay.
So throughout all this, Raelius has kind of been thinking. He goes, okay. So here's what I'm thinking, right? There's a monster in my area, my space. This is something I want to deal with. And Callisto's alive. That's a whole nother deal. And I guess Callisto's coming to maybe deal with it, which I don't really want. So, weird pitch. What if we go check on the monster? Like, we can go and, like, see what's up. Yes? No? What are we thinking?
Aurelius, I think you are possibly the stupidest person I've ever met.
We
in my
just
life.
met, so I'm not going to get too offended by that.
I feel like you're trying to use
Also,
a
is
party
the
of people.
portal around? Didn't the portal shatter?
The barrier that was, like, blocking the portal shattered. The portal's open, but, like, the thing that was preventing things from shattering, from coming through broke.
I feel like you might be using a party of adventurers with a lot of weapons to go and fuck with a monster that you don't want to fuck with yourself.
Yes.
I'll come with.
Hey, Glenn said it like it's a bad thing.
I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. I'm just stating a point.
Is it possible that this creature is a shapeshifter like me? And that is its natural form? Because right now I still look like the old halfling body. Like right now I look like this, and then I shapeshift into my mannequin.
Wait, hold
form.
on.
But normally I look like
Oh,
this.
you're still in the halfling's form.
I am.
I forgot about that.
Is that? Oh shit! He was gonna attack me, wasn't he?
You know, I was gonna mention that actually. We were a little busy, so I didn't. But I have gotten the sense by now, and I can sense the magic on you. Why you look like that guy? Because I know that guy.
Oh, what is? Please say what you were thinking of the question.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? What?
What do you mean? Please say what you were thinking before.
Why do you want to know why I look like this person?
Cause that's that's one of my guys. Like, he works for me. It's weird that you know him. I mean, I'm just kind of curious why you're like in that.
Well, this person has double-crossed you. This person has double-crossed you, and they were working for the full chaos, not the full chaos side.
And they're totally alive.
Can I?
And gave
I
their.
want to lean over. I want to lean over to SG and just get. What the fuck are you doing right now?
This person it did well. Like, okay, so I'm now in Glib's head. I said, this guy said the one that died said that he was all chaos. He was working for the all chaos people. Isn't that right?
He said hail chaos.
He said hail chaos and then killed himself, and you're telling the leader of the chaos group that we just betrayed him.
Then wait, then who's Semestrus? The Semestrus people are full
There's
chaos.
a half and half. There's bad chaos, and then there's order, and they're both Symmetrous.
Isn't Raelius the one that's in between, not either?
No.
Raelius is chaos. That he's the leader of the chaos faction.
Leader that you fucking...
I mean, this person has double-crossed you, and they were working for the order side.
So Raelius kind of cuts in at this point as this little psychic conversation is going on. He goes, okay, so double-cross, maybe, that's fine. And then he sort of swerves over to Canyon and goes, that was suspicious, though. When you said he was definitely alive. I don't love that.
He's your buddy. He's alive. He gave us 100% endorsement to dress up as him. I was there.
Don't go check on him, though.
Let's
there
get
was an incident
tired?
with a little
He's
girl.
very old. Don't call
He's
him.
very tired. He's old, tired, very sick.
That's right. He was all like, "I'll come with you," or you could just look like me because I'm so tired. And
Yes,
don't
he was a very busy person.
Cutting in.
Make our way.
Everyone
to the
deception
base.
rolls.
Escape.
Everyone deception rolls. All of you.
Oh.
Flying so much.
We were doing so well with
Everybody
our
makes a
lives, I'd
deception
like to
roll
say.
right now.
I got a 13.
Ooh, I got a 22.
Okay.
I have a +6 to deception, and I got a 14 altogether.
I have a +5, and I got a fucking 13.
I have a +6 and I got a 22.
So, Glib is very convincing. Unfortunately, the others who were saying things like, "Oh, he's definitely alive," they were saying the more suspicious things, and they also got the lower rolls.
Raelius, I would like to level with you. I am a little bit drunk. Yes, at Minerva did give us some appetizers, and I had quite a bit of rich champagne, and not in the best state of mind at this moment. And so is Nether's Kenyon.
Glib is in the corner right now, just holding his head in his hands, like, oh.
I
fucking
did
God.
I absolutely dosed some of Canyon's champagne with catnip for fun, so he is also very drunk and also high.
Right. So the leader of the uptight stickler order faction got you drunk first sight.
I want to butt in
That's-
here, and I'm going to say, I want to look at SG, I'll be like, SG, there's no need to keep lying. And I want to look at Reglius, and I want to be like, she is the old man. She's been deep undercover
Yes.
for a long time.
I
This is
can't
her-
believe you didn't know.
Glib is slowly receding into himself in the back.
Raelius laughs like he's not like in a creepy way, like he genuinely finds this really funny. He goes, okay, so you definitely killed one of my guys, right? Like, come on, you can level with me at this point.
100% did not.
What
is
is chaos if not murdering a couple of people?
We didn't
By
technically
accident.
do it.
Trust
He
me,
did it.
I wanted to kill him. And
He
that's-
really did.
And it didn't happen.
Did
I
not.
did not kill
We did.
He
I
he
can,
did not kill him.
I can
We
say,
did not technically kill him, no.
He's just-
Yes, I can say without a shadow of a doubt and completely truthfully, we did not kill your guy.
Cool.
Technically.
Cool. He kind of like turns to something on his desk, like
But he is dead.
like
He is
a-
dead. We did
he
not
is
kill
a
him.
definitely
little
dead.
magical like compassy thing, and he taps and sort of moves some stuff around, and an image appears in a sort of crystal ball on top of it that looks like it is basically the magical equivalent of a security camera to the guy's office, as just
Great.
lots of blood,
Lovely.
and also everything on his desk is missing because you did
Fuck, we
steal
did steal
it.
his whole
We definitely did.
Damn it.
Before he told us about how he was going to go on that nap, he said, go ahead and take everything on the desk.
Yes.
Uh,
As you can see by the security footage, we did not kill him. He killed himself,
It's
and we just
not-
robbed a dead corpse because that's something you're allowed to do.
You got some. Okay, you know what? That's not my business. If you want to rob the dead corpse, that's your prerogative. But here's the thing, right? So either way, it's looking like you did lead one of my guys to his death. Whoever was causing it, and he was in a pretty high-ranking position. That's not great. But you know, I'm a reasonable guy.
If he was so high ranking, why was it so ridiculously easy to kill him?
We didn't kill him, Kenyon.
Hypothetically.
Shut the fuck up,
We
Canyon!
didn't kill him.
Yeah, that was really.
Throw some doors and shoot him in the head.
That was one of the funniest. That was generally one of the funniest responses I've heard. Well, if he was so powerful, why was he so easy to murder?
And all you can see is fucking Glib and SG just staring at him like, did you not hear everything we just did? Shut the fuck up, man!
Hypothetically, why?
Okay,
Oh.
so
Those doubles back. I mean, I'm in a hypothetical sense. Why would it be so easy to murder your friend?
so Raelius kind of walks to the outside, or the other side of his office, to the door, and just kind of gestures to you guys. He goes, come on, walk with me. And he opens the door. Now, interestingly, the second he opens the door, the room immediately becomes much louder, like full of music. It was a very well soundproofed door, probably magically. And you see that what looks like the outside of this door seems to be what I can really only call the D&D like fantasy equivalent of a nightclub. There are a lot of people, partying, dancing. There are sorcerers using illusion magic to cast all sort of like lights and stuff. There's a band playing music. It's a very big, party scene. And he just kind of like gestures for you guys to come out and follow.
Can't wait.
I'm assuming there are people with like champagne trays walking around. I'd like to take like 2 for myself and then like
Wait,
one.
is it like a nightclub or like a gala?
No, it's like a party nightclub, not like a fancy.
I've never been to a nightclub. Okay.
Have you seen the Batman?
No.
Okay, well, fine.
Oh my god.
It's
Only one film has ever shown a nightclub. It's the
it was the
Batman.
most. It was the most recent. It was the most recent.
Momo, people don't carry around things and shit. That's some high class bougie shit. You're lucky if you get a free shot off of a bar if you find it.
Oh,
This-
okay.
and I'm
then
assuming-
I want to go psychically connect with the nearest bartender and be like, "Hi, can I get a random shot for me and my friends?"
So
Random? You know we're in a fantasy world, right?
well,
Yes.
we're getting ahead of ourselves as you kind of notice, or I don't know if everybody notices, but at least Momo notices. An elf behind the bar just sort of suddenly like jumps and looks around, really panicked. Like, what the heck? I mean, he doesn't.
Like, don't worry about it. Just bring a couple of rounds of shots to Aurelius
God?
and the weirdos that have accompanied him into this place.
He sort of like he takes a look at the bottle that he was holding, and then just upends it
No!
into his mouth. That's what wipes his mouth off and gets back to work.
So
God damn it.
are we in the nightclub at this point?
You're like, yeah, you're kind of walking along the outskirts of it, and as you're a little bit in, Aurelius sort of turns back to you and speaks again. Somehow, again, probably magically, you're able to perfectly hear his voice despite the music. But
Before this, I just want to say, can I swipe someone's drink and also just start drinking it?
sleight of hand check. It'll be an easy one if they're drunk, but like, I'll make sure.
It's a 17.
Yeah, you're fine.
I love
Alright,
that we walked in, and 2 of the people here are already like, I want to get fucked up. There's people dancing, there's lights. I'm going to fuck what this guy's got to say. I want to get some drinks.
Honestly, I have a +9 on sleight of hand. Can I just say that whenever I finish a drink, I would like to continuously steal something as we keep walking from anyone who's around?
I'm gonna make you keep rolling for it.
You drink,
I'm
man.
gonna make you keep rolling for it.
I don't want to do that.
After-
It's fine.
After
I'll-
seeing the bartender like now plastered, I just said to myself, oh God, if you want something done, you must do it for yourself. So I start maze handing drinks. Like, Clip, what's your poison? What do you want to drink?
We are 10 feet into a nightclub, SG. Can we not commit larceny this quickly?
So, like, a martini?
Wait.
what I'm
I would
hearing?
like to steal another drink. I'll roll for it. Hold on.
You criminals.
Alright, that's
I
all
just
I'm
start making.
These
I start
fucking
making a fantasy
maniacs.
mojito.
What the
that
hell?
I can, the nearest big drink that I can, and hand it to Glib.
You
I-
are successful in this.
And I'll look at Glib and I'll be like, blend it.
I'm
And I
a
want to look at
frog!
Wrigley, ask if he
What?
wants one.
Okay. I'm gonna look up and see if I can find some sort of oh, sweet. We'll save that for later. Yes, perfect. Okay. We'll deal with that in a minute. So, as you guys are stealing drinks left and right, Aurelius has noticed this because it doesn't seem like you're being particularly subtle about it. But he
No.
also doesn't really seem to mind that much. And he kind of gestures to everything. Goes, yeah, so okay, I see you guys are having fun, getting into the spirit. We like to see that here. With order being so high and mighty in their towers, chaos plays it a little faster and looser. We gotta have networks throughout the city of places like this. It's a little bit more undercover, but it's more fun. It keeps things light, keeps us on touch with the common people. You know how it is.
Exactly.
So anyway, party vibes aside, you guys are welcome to enjoy and have fun once we're done talking. Ultimately, it seems like you did kill one of my guys that I don't love. So let's revisit the idea of going and checking on this monster, huh? Because if I can bring you guys in as my sort of backup squad and not have to risk any of my people, I would
I
appreciate
don't know,
that.
man. It's starting to sound a lot like rules. That
Yeah,
was the
exactly.
other people's thing. You're all don't
Okay,
kill this
I
guy.
have question
Come
then.
do this with us. That's
I have question then, because if what is this man's name? Callisto founded Symmetris, and you are part of the chaos part of Symmetris. Why did you crush the thingy-mabobber?
He kind of pauses and goes, it was a bit of an instinct reaction, I'm not gonna lie, but like, think of like, you know, if you just suddenly saw a ghost of a dude who was sort of in charge of you but had been presumed dead for hundreds of years appear in front of you. It freaked me out a little bit. Plus, I don't know which faction he's gonna be a part of, because he was in charge of us before we split, and I didn't really want to risk that.
that is not a good excuse for breaking one of our magic lickable items. We only have so many of those.
Exactly. Also, it kind of seems like no, actually, this is out of character. It seems like exactly like because I watched Hamilton. When George Washington was like, "Hey, don't split into two different parties because it's gonna fuck everything up," and then Hamilton made a two-party system, and now this is where we are.
I have not seen Hamilton. I mean, I know that's actual
this
history.
is also
Yeah, I was
It is
about.
also
I
history.
sort of said it as I was realizing. I was expecting to have to say I haven't seen Hamilton, and then it was just a U.S. history fact. I'll tell you, you know, while you don't know the history all the way, that vibe is like that's not wrong from what you know. That seems reasonable enough.
So it just kind of seems like you're afraid of getting in trouble, no?
Yeah. That hits the nail on the head. I don't wanna piss off the real strong wizard. That's a bad thing to be doing.
You don't want to piss off the real strong wizard that is definitely headed to this location right now.
Is he your
That's why
father?
we're leaving. What? No, I told you I was like
We
30.
don't have any big twist at the end. That
I mean, like you can still be your father.
As
He seems healthy.
Yes, because you are an Nazi, are you not? So that man looks human. He does look human,
yes,
right?
he looks human.
I'm just like, no, it's one of the bird people.
As that's fair. That's fair. So let me amend. As far as I know, Callisto's not my father. Could be, but
Do you know your father?
I mean, I know who I thought was my father, but like, if we're trying to get really philosophical here, like, do any of us know for sure? Keep in mind, keep in mind, this is medieval times. This is medieval times. There's not like paternity tests. That's not coming from Raelius, but like,
do you think of him like your father?
do I think of Callisto like my father?
Yes.
Well, this man has been presumed dead for like a couple hundred years.
My parents
Answer
are
the
dead.
question, Raelius.
I want it stated that while all of you are doing this, I am chugging that big ass drink.
Oh,
I'm
let's roll to see what you got then, shall we?
Okay. Yep.
I feel like this is going to be an issue if we do have to fight people.
Is this a D100? Yes. Okay. Oh,
Wait, the drink deals
well, that'll be
damage?
interesting.
What's this? What are we rolling?
I found
mean,
a
we are in
table
the
of different.
chaos
I found
kind
a
of-
table of different drinks. And you
Oh,
did roll
what's the
100,
matter?
which usually means something fun is gonna happen.
Oh.
No.
No, you laughing is bad.
This drink is called the Mind Flayer.
God,
No. No.
I'm the only one who thinks logically around here.
Until basically, this is like the immediate blackout drunk. It says until your long rest, your int is, for all intents and purposes, your int is lowered by 10.
God damn it.
Fantastic.
So
But he's not. He wouldn't be freaked out, right? He's
Glib
just
is
wasted.
now plastered.
What is so funny is that SG has an intelligence of 10,
Yo,
so I
stop
would just been
fucking ridiculous
catatonic.
shit.
Well, actually, you haven't
Fuck's
drank it,
sake.
have you?
I know. If it
No,
was me, I would have
It's
been
the weird-ass
catatonic.
drink you handed me, asshole. It's the you handed the biggest fucking drink you took to me, and I was like,
Also,
yeah,
wait,
this sounds like
wait.
a fucking thing.
Glib, you
Hold
have
on.
an intelligence of
I was
9.
about, yeah, someone in chat just put, your intelligence is 9, isn't it?
Shit, is it? Oh, no.
It is.
So, as this is happening, Glib takes a sip from the drink and then just face plants into the ground.
Imagine if I just murdered Clint. Panda
Ra-
needs a new character. I feel
Raelius,
sad.
completely unfazed, just continues to speak, points at Frog and goes, you should get him, and then just
I wanna
keeps
take a-
talking.
Without missing a beat, I want to grab him by the cloak and like put him over my shoulder. And just
Oh,
keep walking.
Glib is in a coma.
He just had a little to drink. He's fine.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should not have given a frog such a strong drink. Did you not think of that, Canyon?
I'd like to smell it, and then can I know what Mind Flayer is?
Roll, I don't know what I would even,
Please, no.
yeah, I mean, just roll
Canyon, I'm
like
on
a
your
flat,
shoulder. If you
just roll
fall
a
over,
flat
I'm gonna
d20
fucking
to see
kill
if you're familiar with this.
I'm just gonna roll a random thing on.
Wait,
just-
can you roll a history?
Okay, I got an 18.
Yeah, you
So-
are
okay.
you are familiar with. I was gonna give you
So-
a high thing because you're like kind of a criminal, so I would assume you sort of know.
All I wanted to do was sniff it and then turn back to SG and be like, alright, maybe you were right. I don't know why someone's just casually drinking this in the club.
You look back at who you took the drink from, and it's just a like 8-foot super ripped orc.
I like to toss it back to the orc.
You want to toss the full mug back to the orc?
Whatever's left, you drank a good bit.
You want to
Oh.
toss?
Several
A mug?
several points. Point number 1, he did not drink a good bit. Point
He took
number
a
2,
A sip.
you want to toss a mug. Point number 3, you want to give a partially emptied drink that you stole back?
Fine. I'd
Okay.
like to tap a random person and then give them the mug and then point to the orc and then move away.
The orc is gonna think you're flirting with him.
Thank fuck! We are in the chaos realm, man.
This is where I shine. I want to do that. I don't
You're
know.
gonna send him a drink, and it's his
We can
drink.
move on with the
I
conversation.
don't have a bar fight map prepared, but I can get one if I need it with this path that we're going
We're not
towards.
involved. Here's what I'm picturing. Y'all know Deadpool? Deadpool, when he sends the drink over to the big dude and the other big dude fights, and then he just moves on with his life and has a conversation? I want
That's
that.
fair. That's fair.
Okay, well, so Glib is unconscious and will be for several hours.
Oh
Score.
no.
But Raelius sort of continues, again, not really phased by any of this. He doesn't seem to care too much. He goes, okay, look, Callisto's not my father. Let's just get that out of the way, since that seems to be kind of a hang up that we're on. I don't know why that's a problem, but let's move on past that.
I don't know. You're the one with daddy issues.
What?
What?
She's got a point.
He pauses
I
again.
apologize for where this goes. Now that I am out.
Yeah. Your primary voice of reason is blackout drunk, so
To remind everyone who now knows our stats that I found out today that I am technically the most intelligent character.
Oh my god. We're
Be
doomed.
scared. Be terrified about that.
At all times, too, not just because he's drunk.
Oh.
I'm always this smart.
God.
so
Let's the record show that Canyon has an intelligence of 12.
That's the best. Our best dude has an intelligence of
Our
12.
best dude has an intelligence of
it's a
12.
+1, baby. All right.
That is a B- at best.
We are certainly doomed.
Ah.
Like, thank you for tuning into the Symmetry War. That's it, folks. We're dead.
So, now it should be easier to convince you guys to do stuff now, I guess. Rayleigh's kind of... Let's circle back to the pitch here. There's a monster in my place. I don't know what it is. That's bad. That's worrying. I also don't want Callisto getting to it first, because, don't know what Callisto wants. Why don't we go see what's up? I'll come with. It's not like I'm going to be sending you in there on your own. It's, gonna be totally safe. Also, you owe me because you killed one of my guys.
Allegedly.
I mean,
We'll take a vote. And I want to look
Okay.
at SG and just go hands up if you want to go to the Chaos Realm with this weird guy.
After you say that,
I'm gonna mentally talk to Canyon and be like, okay, so now that Glib is like kind of almost dead, what are we going?
I would
Should
say,
we listen to this Aurelius dude?
as someone who's known Glib the longest in this group by a couple of minutes,
Yes.
I think he would vastly support going to the Chaos
I
Realm.
hate it here.
as you
I mean,
as you say, let's take a vote. Raelius kind of like casually reaches over, grabs one of Glib's arms, and like holds it up like he's raising his hand.
You son of a bitch!
Like, oh, Glib,
Alright,
you're
that's
awake.
it.
All right, if
That's
Glib is
it.
in,
We're
Glib
going
is
to the
kind of
Chaos Realm.
had the best ideas so far. So if Glib is in, I'm in.
We're in.
But on the condition that we don't go right now, we do get long rest before we go.
Totally reasonable. Stealth care, love it. You guys have been through a stressful hour with the kidnapping and the glider and the monsters.
I know that we are like doing this because like D&D and we need stuff, but also I love the idea that we went to this club with this man and we've annihilated ourselves this whole time. And we're just like,
I
we'll
should-
go help you with these
I
things,
should
but we're
say
gonna take a
something
nap.
too. For note, this is just like a D&D rule, especially for Nikhil. But
Yeah.
you guys can say no. Like, you don't have to accept every quest I put in front of you. You can say no. Like, you have options.
Very in character for Canyon to say yes.
No. I wasn't. Yeah, like it makes sense
Yeah,
in this
no,
case.
I think I'm
But
better at
for future, no, you can say no to anything that I put in front of you. If Raelius is being pushy, that's because like that's his character, not because I necessarily am like trying to shove you over to that.
Let's talk business, Aurelius. Overshots.
I have
I-
a question.
Okay, I get the round of shots for the
Mark,
table.
The
The table. Round of shots for the table.
Oh yeah, you're just like still walking through.
Momo, imagine a giant dance floor. That's what's going on right
Yeah.
now.
Round of
Momo,
shots
have
for
you ever
everybody.
seen the? This is what I'm imagining. Momo, have you ever seen The Matrix?
Yeah.
You know when they go to Zion and it's basically just a giant fucking party
That's a fair.
when they get there?
That's a
Yeah.
fair analysis.
That's this place.
Yes, that is much.
I was thinking we were at least at a table talking.
No, not right now.
No,
There's no table. We are moving.
it's a
away.
miracle.
Okay.
we
That's
can
why I
hear
want to
him.
keep doing drinks
Yeah,
ready.
yes, you can hear him because of some sort of magic that he is doing. Like it's very loud. It's very crazy. You can hear him because of some sort of like magical way that he is funneling sound.
Rad.
Yeah.
So, Aurelius, what do you know about psychics?
I know they're around. I think I've met a couple of them. Maybe I don't know. What do you know about psychics? Are you psychic?
It's none of your business. I asked you a question.
I answered.
Okay.
This is not a
It's
very
great.
fruitful conversation, really.
You started
know
this
about-
conversation.
Like, I have the book, right, that I stole
You-
from the guy.
Yeah. You have the book that you stole from the. Yeah.
Everything.
You do have a lot of random crap from his desk.
Yes. Okay, where is the restroom? Do you have a restroom in this establishment?
kind of confused, he sort of points in a direction, and you can see a doorway off that direction.
Okay, I'm going to say I will be right back, and I'll go to the bathroom to look at the documents I've stolen.
So
As SG walks away, I want to add a little bit of chaos to this. Can I drunk dial my patron?
in the lore, I think no, but this
Aren't
is
you
my
a
campaign, and I get to control what happens. So yeah, go right
Can I
ahead.
be completely plastered drunk and just to this elder god and the whole room? Because remember, when I call him, the room gets dark. Everyone
Oh
feels
no.
the vibe.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. All right. You can
after
willingly cause problems for everybody. Go right ahead.
after SG goes to the bat, because I'm setting up a comedic payoff here. After SG goes to the bathroom, all of a sudden the room starts to darken, a little bit.
I wouldn't. You're draped over
I
my
know.
shoulder at the
I'm
moment.
fully aware.
So,
Meaning you can't see my eyes. You don't know what's going on.
the room darkens. There's not like a massive notable shift from the crowd yet, because like there are a lot of chaotic magical lights and illusions going on. So it seems that most people think that it's intentional, at least sort of so far. And when the loud sort of noise rings out, you actually hear sort of like a shout from the crowd, but not like a panic shout, as if sort of a reaction to like a bass drop, basically. The singer looks confused, but after a moment just kind of shrugs and rolls with it.
So I'm incoherent because of course I am. I took the fucking crazy. So I just call him up.
What? What was that?
What?
God, you are the worst warlock I've ever had.
And no one can hear him say.
Uh,
It's just big like
Gurgly noises. That's all you hear.
a burst of water just sort of appears out of thin air and just splashes you directly in the face.
Me or him? Okay, me.
Yeah, me
I mean,
or-
aiming
you're
for
Glib.
Glib, but if Glib is slung over Canyon's shoulder, I'm
just
assuming
got
that there's some
smacked with just a
splashback.
bunch
Yeah.
of water. So I'm gonna assume that didn't wake me up very much. It just hit me in the face and
You would assume correctly, yes.
I'd love to know what this is like from Canyon's perspective, because all you can hear is the two-way conversation of meaningless garbage.
Is I'm holding Glib over me, and he's just draped over, having his time. His eyes are glowing. He's waving his arms. There's a big loud sound. I'm just vibing in the club.
I don't know if you feel the wetness on your back, but I would assume that Kenny just thinks he threw up.
Yes, I'm a very good.
You know, that actually does raise a question. Panda, roll a Constitution check.
Oh, fuck.
I should have had you do this earlier, but I was so shocked by the
so
fact that you
bad.
got this roll.
This feels like being transported to the fucking death dimension last time.
This is the second time someone in the party has rolled a D100, and considering there's only 3 of us, that's
Impressive.
insane.
Oh, yeah.
It was a 12.
A 12. Canyon, you do feel another splash on your back.
Oh.
Oh god, and I'm a vampire. It's just blood.
Ew.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
This was
Okay.
was not planned at all,
Glib's
chat.
pretty
This
fun.
is entirely. You guys are the most chaotic party I've ever DM'd.
So Glib is 3
Glib
feet
is
tall.
yeah.
about 3 feet.
All right, and I'm 7 feet, so I'm taking him off my back. I'm holding him just out, and I'm gonna look at Reglius.
Like a baby that's like pooped itself. Like,
Yeah.
oh god.
And I want to look at Raelius and just kind of like not say anything, but like motion. Like, do you want to?
hold the fucking
You want to hold the baby?
Aurelius thinks for a second and then kind of like he starts to reach out and he goes, nah, I'm not gonna. He considers it, but he kind of.
I vomit blood again right as he does that. Just...
Raelius does look at Canyon and sort of smiles. He goes, I like you. I like your vibe, Catman.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I want it known I'm
I'm
still
kind
on
of
the
the
phone
leader
with a
of
very
that.
angry patron right now.
Yeah.
I got left after you tried to wake
I
me
mean,
up.
this happened like the sequence of events that I imagined was the he said, God, you're the worst warlock I've ever had, or whatever he said, and then there was the blood vomit, unless you have, he is gonna hang up unless you say something at this point, and then we'll cut over to whatever SG is doing.
I'm still fucked up. I can't say anything.
Okay, so yeah, the patron hangs up. The warlock hangs up. SG, where you're heading to the bathroom?
The restroom. I'm trying to, I think SG's trying to figure out what
I gotta
is,
step out for a
where's the
second.
information she is
Yes.
seeking. Like, this guy obviously had some information on psychics.
Yeah. So Methuselah, his book, his book seems to contain it seems to be like almost a draft for like a textbook that he was writing on various forms of magic. Sort of like possibly for, you know, his students within or you know, trainees in the commission to analyze. And there is a section on all sorts of things, but there is a section on psychics. And a lot of it is more technical. But it does mention a sort of ancient group of psychics that I'm trying. Did you have a name for the area your character was from? Because I left it unnamed at the moment. Because
I didn't
you
have,
didn't have a name for your
it.
character. Was so it mentions the name. We'll come up with a name for your town. But it actually does mention a town, a group that was based near that town. The name of the group you do not recognize, though, and it mentions several. And again, I should have asked you this before. Did you? I know there's a character in your backstory who is relevant.
Yeah.
Did you have a name for that character that you specifically wanted? Because you can determine that if you want. I left that open ended for you.
Ooh. We can just call him Doc.
Doc, like.
Doc.
Okay.
DOC.
Yeah. So it was that like a given name or a nickname that you were wanting? Like
Nickname.
Okay, a nickname. So in that case, no, you don't actually recognize any specific names of the members, but there's also a picture, an insignia that is a vertical eye with some lines kind of intersecting it, and you do remember the figure from your history wearing a pendant that had that same symbol on it. Now, under the sort of text block for this group, there is a note that's sort of scrawled in as like a footnote for Methuselah's reference that said it says rumors of, and then just that symbol again in commission, and then several question marks. And then must investigate further.
I rip out that section and flush it down the toilet.
All right, the section that section of the book is well, I mean, flush it down the toilet is a little generous for this fantasy setting, but
Stick it in the shit bucket.
You destroy the document with your
I mean, like, I'll remember.
Yeah.
If anything, I'll just like remember.
Yes, I get what you were doing, so that no one else can sort of follow the trail just in case.
And I just return to the party.
Yes. So you return to the party with your new information noted.
Oh, I would like to be in the middle of the dance floor, holding Glib out when she sees me, and still doing like the bad dance move, just holding Glib that I was doing last
And
time.
I'm just flopping around in his arms as he's dancing around.
I should blood also dripping from his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And blood stained all
He's
over
covered
my
in
back.
blood. It's dripping out of my mouth right now. And I'm just flopping around like I'm dead while he's just dancing around with me.
Shots for the dance floor. Random
Imagine-
shots for the dance floor.
Holding me out like straight armed, I'm assuming. Just holding me out like this.
Yeah.
Just. Oh, God. Okay.
Just vibe, having a time on the dance floor.
Oh, Lordy.
As this is going on as well, Raelius is just he's still at his kind of sitting back against the wall where he was, because you were going around the outskirts, and he's kind of like nodding, vibing to the music, smiling. He seems very pleased with this sort of outcome and the people that he has met, but he's not saying anything at the moment, just letting the other two people party.
This is the most fun we've had since we murdered those goblins.
That was a good
That was
time.
a good time.
It was a very good time.
Blood!
That's Glib saying that he loved you too, and that he wishes that...
SG, as you're coming back, Raelius sort of catches you and pulls you to the side for a second and goes, all right, when you guys are done partying, you're welcome to stay as long as you like. We can get a room for you. And he sort of motions one of his agents over. There are agents scattered all throughout the floor as well. Their uniforms aren't as strict as from order as you'd expect, but it's a mix of civilians and agents. He motions one of the agents over, kind of whispers something to them. And the agent pulls out a piece of paper scroll and writes what looks like an address on it and hands it to USG. And he goes, "You can stay there for as long as you need, and then let's say tomorrow night, come back here, and we'll get this chaos mission in order. Sound good?"
Why do we have to do it at night? Why not the middle of the day?
I mean, it's kind of late now, and you wanted a rest. We can do it earlier if you want, but like, I don't know what time. It's like maybe, I mean, we're gonna assume they're using our time convention. It's like sort of like midnight. I just wanted to give you a full day. It's up to you. I'm ready to go. But your friends, points at Canyon and Glib.
Yes.
I figured they'd
We can
want
do
the
like
day.
we could do like maybe like right after dinner, so it's a little bit light out.
Cool. Right after dinner works for me.
Right after
Yes, I think our friend is going to need some time to sober up.
Raelius kind of peeks around at the blood dripping Glib one more time and goes, "Yeah, you're gonna have to explain all this to him. By the way, I don't think he's gonna remember any of."
When he looks at me, I want the tentacle tongue to just fall out of my mouth and just hit the ground. Just like a streamer.
Oh,
That has nothing to do with anything. I just want it to be comedic timing.
Yeah, I love moments like that. So Raelius, seeing this, he just kind of gives like a singular nod. He's like, yeah, this is gonna be a good partnership, and then he walks back into his office.
you better pay us. Just saying.
You killed one of my guys. This is a payback thing for me.
Fair enough. All right, we won't tell your dad you know,
Oh my god.
disobeyed his orders.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm
Am I
not
here?
conscious.
Yeah, you do have to. You get a little bit of mercy in being unconscious at this point, Glib. Anyway, you guys are now free to party as long as you like. You have your sort of safe house established. You are free to do as you will before tomorrow night and tomorrow night. The next scheduled thing is tomorrow night. So
I just made sure that the bartender put all of the drinks we've ordered for the dance floor on Raelius's tab.
yeah, so Raelius's
It's bold of you to assume that the chaos people pay.
I just want to make sure if anyone is seeking payment, they go to Raelius.
Charge it all to the orc.
regardless, when the bartender sees you coming, he seemed to already know that you were with Raelius. He saw you like leaving the office, so you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we just like rest back and get our spell slots.
So if you want to do anything else in the bar, you can. Or are you heading to your safe house now? Safe house now?
Safe house.
All right, cool. So after partying for a bit and knocking out one of your friends and vomiting blood everywhere, you leave the party area or the club that Raelius owns, and you come out in a very unremarkable looking alleyway. It seems like it was intentionally designed this way to be some sort of a disguise. Turning back around, the door that leads into the club is actually boarded up. Like it's not completely locked, but it looks like an abandoned building from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And you, it's nighttime. You're in an alleyway. You do have general directions written on the note to where your safe house is. But there are some Symmetris agents wandering around on the streets that you see before.
You got to be kidding.
But they are in fully standard Symmetris wear. They are not distinctly wearing anything that marks them as Order or Chaos agents.
Oh.
Can I do something that's gonna make stuff hard for everybody?
You are always welcome to cause problems for everybody.
Great. So I'm still blackout fucking drunk, but I'm assuming that I see them, and in a blind attempt to help, cast a random spell to try and knock them out. I have no idea how strong. Is there a way for me to cast a legitimately random thing?
I don't know if there's.
I mean, you could look Jared.
I don't know if there's necessary. You can either. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull up your character sheet, and I'm gonna look at your spell list, and I'm gonna roll a die and tell you what happens.
Okay.
If that fits 4.
That works.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a long rest soon anyway, and my spell slots don't matter.
By the way, Glib, I know that you do have a spell, and this is not one that I'm gonna put on the random rotation because it takes time. But you do have Find Familiar if you want to have an animal companion. You do have that, and you can summon yourself a little a mascot sidekick if you want. But that's not happening now. How many spells do you have?
Please summon a small brown cat.
1, 2, 3, 4,
No.
5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, perfect. You
No
actually do have
cats,
8. So you are. Oh, okay. You actually got kind of lucky, as you do cast True Strike. So you sort of just like point at them and mutter something. They don't seem to notice. Nothing really noticeable happens.
Okay.
I mean, you have insight and you have advantage on your next attack, but they don't notice anything directly. And again, they're just patrolling outside the streets. It's not anything wild, but the presence is increased.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to just like wave at them. I feel like we look really
Okay, so
good.
you wave,
I first fear one.
grabbing one of their attentions, and the woman kind of walks over to you, very suspicious looking, or looking very suspicious, I guess I should say. She goes, "Yes, is something the matter?"
No, I'm just saying hello. Have a great night on the town. My little frog buddy's drunk.
Dripping blood.
You
tongue
should
still
go in
on
there
the
and check their
ground.
liquor license. You should go check their liquor license. They're giving out some heavy shit to little frogs.
Okay. All right. So she sort of leans into you. She goes, "So you know about," and points to the door very subtly.
Oh, thank fuck there.
That was a 50-50 shot.
Yes.
She looks at Glib and goes, "Okay, all right, that makes sense. You what was your business? You just having a good time or doing something important? Kind of risky coming out at with all the."
I genuinely don't remember. We were vibing. There was dancing. There was blood. I believe there may or may not have been a demigod at some point. We are now going to sleep. You have a wonderful night.
Hey! You might not want to be walking around with your. Sorry, is that blood all over your back?
I'm gonna vomit again. Blood just all over the ground.
Is that hit? Is he okay?
He's fine. He's a frog. Have you met a frogman before?
No, but I mean I've met a.
This is what frogmen do. Try and widen your social circle.
Roll deception to
get more
see if
diverse friends.
she believes that that's what frogmen do.
This do be what
Technically,
frogs
that's
be doing,
not a
man.
lie. He's a frogman and he's doing
I
it.
mean,
I really want this woman to just think this is what frog
roll your
people
deception.
are like.
Yeah.
I'm rolling right now. I'm rolling. Hold on. And where is it? Deception starts with a D.
Yes, it does. Oh, that
I got a
sounds good.
22.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She got a 3.
Frogs do be vomiting
See,
blood everywhere. That's just
is-
how they be.
Yeah.
Widen
Okay.
your social circle. Get
Whatever.
more diverse friends.
Regardless, you might not want to be walking around with that tonight. With the, do you know what happened?
That? A frogman.
What happened?
Oh,
Do I know what happened?
sorta,
No.
kinda.
Do I look as if I'm well informed?
How did you not? The head of the Commission of Light was murdered today.
I have
What?
no clue what that is. I'm gonna be honest. Officer, I was just making conversation with you further. I don't have any interest in talking
I was
to you.
just I don't want to. I wasn't accusing you of anything. I was gonna offer you an escort. You're walking around with.
Yes, let's.
What
Hmm?
does this person look like?
A
What does this person
standard
look like?
symmetrist guard.
How like
How
big
big?
though
I
of a
don't
person?
have like a 5
It's like
foot.
I think he's asking how
7.
scary are they in comparison to us.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. I want to know if I can mock them for.
okay.
saying they
If
get
you no,
escorted.
she's shorter than you. I mean, she's armored and she's got a sword, but like nothing immediately jumps out as she's she's a symmetrist agent. She's an average. I don't want to say minion, but
I just want to laugh and I want to be like, "We're good. We got this."
I
okay.
will vomit again as soon as he says that.
Whatever.
We're good.
Look at all
We got
the blood.
this.
I didn't mean for protection. I just meant to keep other guards off your tail. If, not everybody knows about the... But whatever. And she walks away.
I think in hindsight, we probably should have used her help.
She was like, I was just saying hi. I don't know why we had to have a whole conversation.
But I think this is not good news for us because if... Oh gosh, what was her name? Minerva was murdered. That must mean that Mystery Man is here.
Minerva wasn't.
No, not Minerva. The guy that you killed.
The guy
Oh.
killed.
Yes, the guy that you
Oh.
killed.
I want to transition
bet.
my way of holding Glib to now just be like a hand on him like this. And I'll put my other arm on SG and be like, you gotta keep better track of the lives. It's very
That's
important.
true. That's very
Yeah.
true.
So
Move on.
There's a lot of people, and I wish I had been writing all of this down.
No, it's just no, my friend. That's the guy we killed. And he-
We didn't kill that guy. We killed
I
himself.
want both Canyon and SG to roll insight really quick. Glib does not get to do this, but you two can try to get some insight here.
I mean, I'm a pretty wise person. So.
I got
this
7.
is just for more like status of the things.
All right, 15.
Okay,
I got a 15.
15 is enough. Just to sort of remind of the situation because it was 2 weeks ago. SG, you're actually probably in the clear because you were disguised for the whole thing.
That is true.
Canyon has probably some level of interest on him, but he was not like present at the break-in. He might have been seen by some people, but like he wasn't, part of the actual group that was infiltrating.
Nobody saw me. I had to roll like a 50.
This has
As-
million deception.
this
No.
gives me a great idea.
You might have gotten seen as you were booking it away to the tunnel. That's the only part that you're. So you're probably good, but like some people might recognize you or have a general idea. No one knows your face immediately.
Okay. I
But
am minor
Glib,
illusioning.
Glib, it's probably lucky that Glib was slung over Canyon's shoulder when that guard, saw everything because Glib is definitely the most recognizable of the three, given how that little
I tortured
infiltration
that
went
fucking
down.
guy. That
Yeah.
was just me.
Oh no.
So, okay, I have an idea. I'm going to minor illusion, with the things you wrap a baby in. I'm going to minor illusion that over Glib.
I am
blanket?
3
it looks
feet
like
tall.
So,
it's a 3 feet tall baby.
Yeah, but I'm 7 feet. That's a 4 foot difference.
Yes.
I feel like you could be a tabaxi baby.
Yes, this
I'm
is a
very
tabaxi baby.
ugly tabaxi baby. That is all I am.
Yeah, just gonna stuff his tongue back in his mouth and minor illusion like a
No,
baby
much
outfit
better.
over him.
Have it be wrapped in the blanket, but the tongue just.
The tongue is stuffed back in your mouth, and you're looking like a large baby.
I used
Probably like
specifically,
a proportional baby to this 7 foot tall man.
someone in
I
the
specifically
chat.
want to be holding him. I'll hold him like a baby now, and I want him to now look like he's covered in blankets, and SG to just slowly
Yeah.
be rolling up his tentacle.
Oh, I'm gonna sell it. I'm going to, transform into a tabaxi woman, so it looks like we're on a walk with our baby.
You know what? Smart call.
You better hope one motherfucker doesn't look in that blanket and go, "That's."
I do like
That is
someone in
frog
chat.
covered in blood.
Someone in chat pointed out, cannot believe Glib is the one most likely to get caught by the cops, even though he's the one who's tried to do everything right. He really is the unluckiest being alive.
Yeah,
and it fits. And it fits. Okay, so
These two psychos.
We're on
like
nothing to see here. We are on a walk with our baby.
so
Better
you
hope I don't
have
vomit again.
yeah, you have disguised yourself as an average tabaxi family. The father being, of course, still somewhat covered in blood, but that's as we. Are you trying? Like, how are you getting to this safe house? What is your?
Oh, I can prestidigitate the blood off.
Okay. So are you just like how are you getting to this safe house? It's like maybe it's 5 or 6 blocks away. It's relatively close, but you still are gonna go.
We can just walk.
Okay, so you are just walking.
There's nothing to
Let's
see here,
see
just
if-
tabaxi people with their baby.
You're walking the whole way doing this.
Yeah.
The whole time.
No, it's us.
I hope we
walking
don't get like,
for you to
you know.
doing this. With
I hope we don't get Batman.
Oh.
And the other hand is sharing because he's 3 feet long. You're just...
So as you get
I
maybe
look
like
less like a baby and more like a body. It looks like you wrapped up a body and like, this is our baby, and it's this fucking big.
Yeah.
Oh my
and it's
God.
and that interaction might happen because after a few blocks, you do get sort of hailed by another agent.
Keep walking.
Yes,
How
hello,
close are we to
officer.
the...
We are a couple with our baby.
Okay,
How close are we to our place?
maybe like two blocks ish. I mean, you don't know the exact distance. I was giving you a rough idea.
I want to whisper to SG, just like, keep walking.
Like, yeah. And what, we just walk
So you
away.
keep walking.
Because he hailed us, right? So we can just ignore him.
Yeah. After about the guy, hey, you two.
Yes.
He walks over. Just doing a routine check. Where are you going at this hour?
And we were on the walk with our baby. It's good for our fur.
It's very good for our fur, especially when it's covered in a blanket.
Let's do some rolls here. Hold on. Let me determine some stuff about this man's. He kind of takes a look at the large bundle of baby that you have above your slung over your shoulder. Now, let's see.
Is he alone?
I mean, there are others like around, but he is alone at the moment.
Don't you
Hold on,
try and
that
kill
won't
this
work.
motherfucker.
Hey, we only
Out
have somebody.
the blue. This is our babe.
Oh,
Is it? Stab.
the D100 tables either love or hate you guys because they always give me interesting results. Good, interesting, or bad, interesting. They're all interesting. This random guard happens to be a lizard folk, so he's a bit, he's a lizard
Fuck.
man. He's a lizard man. And he kind of looked and goes, "Good for the fur, huh?" I wouldn't know, just like kind of making a joke. It's
Yes.
I'm so sorry if this sounds rude, but are tabaxi children usually that large?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Well, I think ours was different because you see the father here is very tall and it was a difficult pregnancy. Ha ha ha.
He's gonna be an 8-footer. We're very proud.
Roll deception.
What?
Oh, please! That was such a good
No.
lie!
It was a good lie, and I'm taking that into account. But you still have to
We roll
roll.
advantage?
I'm lowering the DC.
I rolled an 11. It was not
Okay.
good.
Okay, I got a 17.
Okay.
I want to make a noise, by the way, when they're doing this, and
I want to point out, I imagine the blanket is over his mouth.
yeah. So it's more.
Yeah, exactly. So he's fine.
Like, oh, it looks like he might have vomited. That's because, oh no, that's, you know how bad baby vomit smells.
I
We must
sound
be
like
going.
the
Is there anything we
ugliest
can do
baby.
for you?
The lizard kind of sniffs the air a little bit. He goes, smells weird, to be honest with you.
Well,
That's
it's
incredibly
because
sick.
it's like spoiled milk. It's not a great smell. I prestidigitate it, making it smell like spoiled milk.
Okay.
I want to lean
Smart.
into the dude and just be like, why are you smelling our baby's spit up?
No offense. We got a good sense for sort of thing. You're a tabaxi. You probably got the same good
I
old
don't
sniffer.
go around smelling random infant spit up, though.
I wasn't.
And commenting on it. That's a little weird, guy.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean any intent by it. It smelled. Sorry, I must have gotten some stuck. It smelled a little bloody to me, but it's
Oh,
fine.
honey, I think you're being a little too sensitive with this officer. Clearly, they just want to talk to us so we can be on our way.
I like how the angle that you've supposedly taken with this is just to like make him so uncomfortable that he leaves you alone. And you know what?
I'm gonna cause problems again.
I like that strategy. But as I was saying, I like that strategy. Panda has interjected saying he wants to cause problems, so I'm gonna let him do what he was gonna do.
We're so close,
We're
man.
so close,
We're so
but I
close.
can think of
We're
ways to
so
fuck it
close.
up, and I'm drunk, so I'm gonna do it. Right before this motherfucker calls it off, right before he goes like, I'm sorry, I'll leave you be. My tongue falls out of the blanket.
I pressed it to. I
You
not
can't.
pressed it to dictate. I don't think I can do it.
How
No,
many?
Can I minor illusion a
I'm gonna look
scarf?
dead in
Does
the
minor
eyes.
illusion have verbal and somatic components?
I don't think
I would
so.
check. I can. Yeah,
Does
I
it?
would check that.
It says SM, like a bit of fleece, but
Okay,
like
it has
people don't
it has
usually.
somatic. Roll stealth to see if you can kind of do your like hand
Yeah.
motions in a subtle way.
Okay. Come on, stealth. I have +4 to stealth. This can't go wrong. 11.
Okay.
No, but while she's doing that, can I like distract her?
Oh no.
Nat one from this man.
Yes.
So he is very sort of, very distracted by Canyon's confrontation and is not paying any attention to Canyon's he assumes wife. He goes, I'm sorry. We'll just leave you be, and he sort of walks away very very quickly, like he sort of shuffles back to his post.
Fantastic. We keep walking
Yes.
to the safe house.
So you make it to the safe house.
You're not gonna address my tongue just hanging out of the fucking thing, just
Well,
blowing
It
in
just
the
looks
breeze?
like a scarf now.
Oh
She
my
got rid of
god.
it.
Yeah. So you make it to the safe house. It's a decent, fairly standard residence. Nothing very remarkable there, but it's a place, a base of operations that you can rest in and things like that while you are in Rift Reach. So I'm assuming you're taking a long rest there, unless you want to do anything specific.
Long
All right,
rest.
cool.
I do want to just slap Glyph. like you almost got us killed. You're supposed to be the one that is doing things correct, and now you're super drunk and almost got us killed twice.
I'm gonna vomit again.
You vomit one more time. I assume your blood supply is running low at this point. But some more
horrendously dehydrated.
some more
It's
dribbles
just
out.
dry, big
How
blood.
often do you have to wet yourself? Actually, that didn't sound right.
Once every long.
Didn't
Yeah,
s-
once every long rest.
Okay. So yeah, you get in. You all long rest. Any abilities that you used or health that was gone come back. Glib, you do wake up from your stupor.
Can I get like a debuff of this horrendous hangover I definitely
I
have?
hadn't finished yet.
Oh god. Okay, good.
So yes, you have a massive headache, and we will deal with that as the need arises.
Okay, so just fucking hiding in the cloak today and just Guys, what did I miss last night? Did I miss
Okay.
anything?
So good news and bad news.
I don't like that.
Bad news is
Okay.
same as good news actually. So this is kind of double good news.
I don't like
So-
where this is going.
We
You
will
sucks. That's
help
what-
Raelius at the gate of the chaos.
Is that the bad news or the good news?
It's the double good news because it is also the bad news.
That's another good line. There's a lot of good lines in this
Okay.
episode.
All right, sure. All right, yeah, let's go with that. All right. Where do we gotta go?
On that, do you have
I mean-
anything that you want to do for the day, or are you just waiting on the? You can do anything in the city that you want, or you can sort of time skip into the next part of this story.
I think we just time skip.
Yeah, let's just time skip.
A very nice montage of me and SG going like grocery shopping and then having a nice dinner and then going on
Yeah,
this adventure.
and
Can
Glib
we
has to
fantasy
stay at home
take
because he's
pictures?
extremely wanted.
Can the fantasy take pictures of Glib as a baby?
But, okay, so this is what we've got. Before you go to your long rest, you do a little like I don't you sort of
Can we
set
do like an 80s photo
Yeah.
shoot? It's like, this is
you
my
you
face.
get sort of a portrait done, we'll say, I guess, of this medieval
Yes.
setting of your Tabaxi family. And you go, you pick up any supplies, you have a nice chill day. As
While they're out on their chill day, I found the painting, and I'm definitely asking questions about why I'm wrapped up the second they get back.
yeah,
You are a baby.
You assume it was you wrapped up. You just see us with a big wrapped up bundle.
I see you wrapped up. I see you covered in blood and a 3-foot-long wrapped up person with a pink fucking
Oh,
scarf.
We
out of it.
also definitely have like a solo portrait of just Glib wrapped up as a baby.
Any artists in the chat, you know what your next piece has to be.
Yeah.
yes, you do. All right, so with your nice day all set up, and Glib's day stuck alone in the safe house with a massive hangover, the time arrives to go on your little mission. So you return to the nightclub without running into as much. It seems that Raelius has pulled some strings to get his agents patrolling this area primarily. So many Symmetry agents that you meet on the way are sort of uncharacteristically lenient and let you through. But you get there. When you get into the club, Raelius is right at the entrance there waiting for you. He goes, "All right, you're back, Frog Guy. How you feeling?"
Don't talk to me.
That is fair. All right, so any last minute questions, or do we just want to sort of get this going?
I mean, like, what is the plan here, Raelius? Also, I think your dad is here.
Good question on the first one. Bad comment on the second one. Callisto's not my dad. I don't know if he's here or not. We're gonna work on. This is he turns to Glib. Yeah, this is a conversation that we've had to go over a couple of times. But what's the plan? The plan's good. So we're gonna go to my temple. We're gonna go into the Chaos Realm, something I have not gotten to do that I am very excited for. And we're going to find this monster guy, and we're gonna see what his deal is.
Sounds like
I
a
know,
great plan.
right?
This
Hate this
is
plan.
Have you considered the
Not
fact
so
that
good.
SG's done all of this already, though?
I mean,
yes. So shouldn't I technically be the leader of your society if I've actually been to the Chaos Realm and you haven't?
She does know.
I know
the
more than you.
entirety of what Palmeros is, and you don't.
I want to look at fucking the guy and just go. Was it this the entire time I was out?
I get the feeling that it's this pretty much all the time. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I like the idea that me and SG are closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have you've had
We
some
raised the
friendship.
child for a whole like
we did. We had a
20
nice
minutes.
photo and everything. Like, all of that implies a lot of us being on the same page
Yes.
from this last day.
I like this friendship arc that we're going on, especially knowing what's going to happen soon. But I'm not going to say anything about that.
Oh no!
That is some brutal foreshadowing.
Anyway.
that is
Anyway,
brutal.
Raelius leads you to back to his office. But when he opens the door to his office, it is not the same room. It is a sort of very ornate stone tunnel sloping downwards. And as he enters, he sort of gestures for you to follow. And he goes, I kind of realized something sort of important that I didn't tell you yesterday. Don't worry, it's not that important to the mission, but it might be a little important to the mission. So, like, you kind of mentioned that I, hadn't been to the Chaos Realm before, and you're not wrong. You sort of rubbed it in a little bit, which was hurtful, but it's okay. I'm not too offended. But here's the deal, right? So we weren't supposed to open it. Like, it was gonna open on its own. Like, this is, the thing that was prophesied a while ago by Callisto, that guy that you kind of know. He said that the portals were gonna open on their own one day, and that we weren't supposed to mess with them, or it would like close off the portals forever. So it's a prophecy thing. It's complicated, and I'm not offended, but it's just a little bit of a lifelong dream for me for this portal to finally be opening, and I'm the guy in charge when it does. So if we cannot sort of crap on my big day, I would appreciate that.
I mean, I already kind of had your big day, so I don't
Yeah.
know if I will crap on this.
Okay,
second
that's
one.
what I was talking
You
about.
don't really know us, do you?
I'm getting the sense. I don't know you because you were drunk.
Yeah, he's kind of the irresponsible one of the party.
Like, I understand.
Constantly just getting drunk, making issues for everyone. You should have seen us last night. He got us in a lot of trouble.
Yes, he did.
That's
like-
his whole kind of MO.
What
Really.
did
I
we catch us last
understand.
night?
I understand, Raelius, why you would feel threatened by me. I mean, like, I have a better relationship with your father.
he kind of
I have a better relationship with your father.
he
I have lived all of your dreams before you've done them. But it is important
Oh.
that we are on the same side when we go into this certain death realm.
I like this recurring bit where SG sort of just makes things up and then fully commits. Like the cat, she's just made up, and then the dad thing, she's just made up, and she does not back down on them. She just goes.
Just keep going with it, man.
Now, Raelius kind of rolls his eyes a little bit, and he turns back to the cat. He goes, "I think you're my favorite, to be honest."
I'm the best person there is.
Cat person. Yeah, it's the same deal. Anyway, as you're walking through this tunnel, you sort of Raelius is a little bit ahead of you. He sort of pokes his head out and then goes and then sort of swings his body back inside the tunnel out of view. He goes, "Okay, problem number one. There's what is a journey if not a series of problems we have to solve? Here's the first one." Now, and
Why would you talk like that?
peeking out around, you can see that it seems that there are a lot of Symmetrist agents in this temple that are distinctly dressed like Minerva's faction that seem to be guarding it after the little incident yesterday, or I guess 2 days ago at this point. Yeah,
Is Minerva there?
you do not see Minerva, no, but you see there's definitely some guards posted. He goes, "Okay, so how are you guys with murder? You seem chill with it, but like
I mean, like,
I'm-
Kenyon's really good at it.
I do
Yeah.
have a plan, which is usually my role here. SG, you remember what Minerva looks like?
I do remember what Minerva looks like.
Let's go confuse the fuck out of these guys.
You got it. And I shapeshift into Minerva.
So
What if you just
Ray-
shapeshift into something
as this
really
has
different? I got
as this has happened, Raelius has like drawn his sword whip, and he's like seconds from just charging out into the fray, and then he hears this and sort of puts his sword away and turns around and goes, "That's a good idea."
Not everything needs to. It's like I turn to Canyon and go, "There's two of you now. Are you happy?" And turn back to SG. So, just go in there and tell them that whatever the fuck they're doing is called off. And could you please do it quietly? My head won't shut the fuck up.
Yes. I don't remember what Minerva sounds like. Right? Well, like me, the player, doesn't remember what she sounds like. Does she have, like,
Vaguely
a-
British.
Vaguely British. Okay,
That's
I
a
got
good
you.
bet. I know my Raelius is just like a normal dude voice. Minerva has
Okay.
vaguely British, and Callisto is more British. Those are the three.
They're all sort of vaguely British, except for Jared,
Yeah.
who's vaguely Russian.
And
All right.
Polaros, who's a creepy boy.
Isn't he also vaguely?
I mean,
British?
maybe vaguely British. I wasn't. Anyway, let's
He's just creepy.
let's stop making fun of my bad accents. I'm trying my best. I'm kidding.
I'm so sorry.
So we march in there, and
You.
I wait. Do
You
I?
I was about to
march
say,
in.
are like all of you?
I had a
Fuck
plan.
up.
Okay.
So my
Just-
plan was that because they recognize Glib and Canyon, but I wanted to know if they know Raelius.
Just the random people?
Yeah.
You wouldn't really know. I mean, are you asking Raelius this?
I'll ask Raelius.
Yeah.
Like, so Raelius, do these people know your face?
Probably, yeah. If they're like new recruits, he kind of peeks out again. If they're like new recruits, maybe not, but I don't think that Minerva would put her newbies on this position, because this is
Question.
my temple.
It
They
doesn't
probably know
matter.
me.
It's fine. You are me. You are me in disguise, and I am Minerva, real Minerva.
Okay.
I think I'm following. I think I got it.
Okay.
Hey, Raelius, man, do they know your face or do they know your armor more?
Armor. That's a good point. That's a good point. They might know my face. But like look,
Put your
he
armor
gestures to, and I he's got his armor on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for anyone who's new this week, Raelius's armor is like very over dramatic. We'll get art of it soon. I'm hoping to have art of it by next week. But it's like medieval fantasy Kamen Rider. It's like very, very ornate to match his personality, very over the top.
Yeah.
So he's got his armor on.
Yeah.
Can I
would
press to digitate it to make it look less good?
Like, you want him to make it like an imitation? Is that what I'm...
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's clever.
make it look slightly off. Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I march out there, and they're following me, and I say,
Should we be
"Okay,
chained?
true." Oh, I mean, like I'm trying to make it look like, Raelius is SG in disguise as Raelius,
Yeah.
and
Right.
I'm Minerva, and you two are.
No, I get that. I'm
They're
saying, should it
robots.
look like Minerva has taken us hostage and is bringing us through?
No, because the last time the Order saw us, we
Yeah.
just got kidnapped.
Oh,
from the
right.
bank.
Yeah.
So I march out. Oh my god! I march out there and I say, "Okay, troops. It is. Fuck. How do you do a British accent?
I don't know.
Okay, troops.
Asking the wrong guy.
It's called off. It's called off. I've located the kidnapped new recruits to help us. You remember Canyon the Tabaxi and Glib the Frog, and this is the SG the Changeling. So if you could leave us to do what you are doing, but better.
So the second that you step out of the tunnel, every one of the guards like immediately draws their weapons or prepares magic or whatever towards you. You don't know if it's because they suspect you or because you walked out with what seems to be Raelius, but regardless, they're all sort of pointed at you. The one who's in charge, though, takes a step forward and gets much closer. He goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, Lady Minerva, we weren't expecting you so soon. Did you?" He sort of peeks back around to the tunnel that you came from. "Did you figure out how to access the primary entrance?"
Of course, I got word that the stolen recruits were found. You've seen them. These are them. Ignore that one. They're in the changeling phase right now, so...
Roll deception.
Please.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
I can't afford it. I can't afford to...
I'll say again. I like this trick, but we'll see. And you've added detail to it, so I like your trick. But let's see how you can pull this off.
25.
Nice. Let me make sure he doesn't get a nat 20. Nope. So the guard he looks surprised. It's by sort of this is an unconventional situation regardless, but he sort of leans in and looks at. Well, I was gonna say Raelius in quotes, but it is actually Raelius, isn't it? And does notice the sort of like dirtiness and strange proportions of the armor. And he goes, "Huh, that's a good disguise, but you're right. I can sort of see the cracks in it." He goes, "So, what brings you here? Has there been a change in status?"
Change in status for sure. So it's going to be us four on the job, and everyone is dismissed until further notice.
Should we take the prisoner who is disguised as Raelius? I forget their name. Should we take? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Hold on, I misunderstood. You're just saying that Raelius is like a recruit who is disguised as Raelius.
SG is me. Sorry, Raelius is supposed to be. SG.
Yes, Raelius is supposed.
Yeah.
But that's not okay. That's not like a You're not like taking her prisoner. It's
No.
No,
Just
it's because
Yeah.
we got kidnapped out of that
after
base,
trying to be recruited.
and so now it's just as if Minerva has come and got us
Okay,
back.
yeah.
and
I follow. So
we're
he
good.
the guard sort of stepped back and said, "All right. If I may ask, why why this disguise for this? Does that have something to do with a safeguard on the temple?
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is why I put you in charge of this originally. You look very sharp. But thank you so much for your service as of now, but everyone else is dismissed. We can take it from here. Thank you very much.
He pauses a little bit. Of course, lady. Where are we to be reassigned?
Oh, just call it an early dismissal. It's right before dinner. It's just after dinner. If you leave now, you might be able to enjoy somewhat of a personal life.
Let's have you roll deception again on that one.
What?
No, but the
It's
enjoy
after
something
dinner.
of a personal life was an odd comment to make. Hey, it's still. I'm not saying that it was the
Okay.
most suspicious thing, but it was enough to get a roll.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
Okay,
20.
all right. We'll have. That's Okay. All right. He's. If you insist, my lady, we don't mind giving our time to the cause. This is, of course, extremely important, but I trust your judgment. Are you sure you don't want to leave one or two of our guards, or send for an extra shift of backup? There are many agents at our
You guys are on
disposal.
leave.
We have it from here. These are somewhat of specialists in this field, and they have joined our cause. I have nothing but certainty in their skills.
The guy kind of glares at Glib when he says the "you're on leave" comment. All right, if you need anything, you know how to contact me. I will send as many guards as are required. But certainly, it's a little flustered by the dismissal, but believing you, he sort of signals to his guys and does the same sort of snapping motion that Minerva does to open a similar portal, and they file out.
Woo!
You just avoided a combat. I had a map prepared and everything, which is a good thing. It's good that you have alternative paths to this. Good job. You're learning. So yeah, the temple is yours. A moment after everyone, all of your enemies are filed out.
Hold on. Before all of them file out, can I point to what is obviously the lowest ranked guy in the back as I walk and go, "Hey, you! Come here."
He kind of turns around and sort of points at it like, me?
Yes.
He swings around again and sort of just nods to his captain, who gives him a little bit of a shrug, and then he walks over.
Is the portal still open behind him?
Yeah.
When he's standing over by him.
Yeah, the
Can I look
guard
to
is
the
assuming
captain
that
and-
he's gonna, come back.
Come back and be Can I look to the captain and go? As you were.
I mean,
Basically
yeah.
lightly telling him to fuck
Yes,
off.
no, I get what you mean, but the captain obviously shifts his gaze to Minerva for
And,
confirmation.
I just give a nod.
He nods back a little confused, but regardless, steps through and closes the portal behind.
Great. I'm immediately drinking this guy's blood.
Okay.
I have been drained all of last night, and I'm hungover as fuck.
Understandable.
I need some help.
So yeah, you
I should have asked the guy to stay back, so you could have drank his blood.
So I guess I'm gonna have you roll like an attack to see, because roll an attack with advantage, because this is a surprise. But he is still getting jumped. He's gonna react in some capacity.
I'm still trying. Attack is strength.
It depends on what you're using. If you're just trying to jump on him and bite him, I'm assuming. So you can use your dexterity. I think would be higher.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually,
+3.
non-magical attacks are either going to be strength or dexterity, depending on what the type of weapon that you're using is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just jumping on him and biting
that would.
him
I would say in that
immediately.
case you could use either dexterity or strength, whichever is higher. And I think your dexterity is higher. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
then yes.
So. Shit. I got an 11.
Okay.
That's not great.
Yeah. No. He is able to sort of. Yeah, a little suspicious of this from the get-go. He is able to sort of duck out of the way. Very confused, he draws his sword, holds it out to you as to ward you off, and turns to Minerva.
Wait.
Hmm?
Can I stab him in the back? if this alignment's what I think it is, then it should be Panda and him,
Yeah.
and then me
Yeah.
still with the
Yeah,
other guy.
roll again with advantage.
And I can use dexterity too.
I mean, if you're
Oh,
using a knife
oh.
or a dagger, then you would roll with dexterity and proficiency.
I want to look at the guy in the eye and say, "Feel chaos."
I got a nat
Oh.
1.
Oh my god, this guy's the most talented
Yeah, this
soldier.
guy
and
is
he's just a new.
really good. So, sort of instinctively, now suspicious of all three of you,
We're gonna get into
Canyon
a combat. Just
Just as one guy.
leaps forward to stab, and the guy sort of whips around and is able to bat your hand away.
Can I freeze him?
Can you freeze him? Do you have a?
I have hold person.
Oh, okay, then yeah, you can cast Hold Person if you want. Remember when I said you guys
Yeah.
avoided a combat and I was so proud of you? Remember 5
and
minutes
then he
ago?
failed to drink the man's blood. I can't believe I failed to stab him. I haven't failed to stab
Alright.
anyone
I do
except
like-
for
If I
God.
want someone to go back and clip because Nikhil genuinely looked so hurt when he got a nat 1. It was really
It's
funny.
true.
I really am upset that I failed at stabbing someone. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so they have to beat a 14 wisdom check.
14 wisdom. All right. He does fail that.
God damn it.
What?
He
No,
failed
he
it?
fails it. He fails it. What? Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I
I
freeze
thought
him.
you did pass
No,
it.
he fails.
Okay, so freeze him. And I want it to be like a fucking horror movie. I want to scare the shit out of Raelius because this is the first time he's actually seeing me doing anything.
True.
I want it to look like a horror movie drinking blood. So it is messy and bad and slow.
Actually, that'll give a roll insight. Everybody roll insight during this.
15.
Insight's not been great for me.
18.
I heard it.
17.
So 15, 8, 17. Oh, 18.
18.
Okay, that's enough for all of you. Raelius looks totally, almost worryingly unfazed by this. Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's
he is like.
Yeah.
Though I guess the 17 and 18 are enough. You're getting the vibes. You're starting to get the vibes from Raelius that like he doesn't really seem like a full-on psychopath. Like he doesn't really. He might not enjoy murder, but he is definitely a sociopath. Like he has zero empathy for this guy whatsoever.
Okay.
He's the dude who was like, yo, how you feel
Yeah.
about murder?
He was also the dude who, when we told him, "Hey, we killed your friend,"
Yeah.
he was just like, "So you kind of owe me,
Yeah,
right?" A
that's-
little
I mean, the
bit?"
only time we've seen him have fear is when he saw his dad.
Oh my god.
That's the character I've said. He's like very, very chill, sort of like casual surfer dude vibes. Total sociopath.
We're gonna meet Mystery Man again, and we're gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's Raelius' dad!" And he's gonna be like, "What the fuck? What are you talking about?"
Yep. So, Glib finishes his dinner, as it were. Gets enough blood to sustain himself for a while. Let's assume. Raelius afterwards,
Nice.
Raelius kind of goes. That explains the vomit, huh? I was wondering, but like I didn't want to ask. But like I get it now.
Did you just think that frogs do that?
I
You racist fuck.
didn't think
What?
It didn't seem like the time to ask. There was a lot going on.
Who
There's
would
a lot
possibly
going
think
on.
that?
I would go over to SG and just be like, frogs don't do that.
After a brief pause, he just kind of goes, anyway. And then he strides forward directly to the portal. Now, when he gets to the portal, though you can't really see through the portal. It's it resembles the change glass, with the sort of iridescent, but much brighter and much more less solid, more like a liquid almost.
Okay.
Raelius seems, even through his helmet, which covers most of his face, you can sort of just feel the awe radiating off of him. Like he is excited about this. And he kind of turns around, gives a thumbs up, and then just jumps backwards and like dives in.
So, I want to turn to everyone and be like, should we wait to see if he comes back? This does not
No.
This does not give good vibes.
No, I want to walk right in.
So Canyon strides right in.
Fucking shoulder checks me as he walks past, just like, nope.
I'll wait to see what to say what Canyon sees. That was a hard thing to say. Until I know what you two are doing.
Like, I think SG is just like kind of not wanting to go back in there, but does
understandable.
Go in. Like, clutches Jared and being like, I swear to God, if I smash you, you better come the fuck out.
Hey, where's the shard?
Just casually threatening him, just like holding him and being like, "You motherfucker, you better get the fuck out of here! I swear to God."
Doesn't the shard still have Poveros?
Okay, so the shard. I should have actually mentioned that. That was something I didn't mention in the description of this room. When the portal shattered, it was the shard that made the portal shatter. The shard sort of like struck the port and was sort of the final catalyst that made it shatter. All of the shattered portal shards are gone now. Presumably taken by Minerva, but you don't know that for sure.
That's terrifying. Okay, so I'm just I'm gonna put my hood down because this thing's very bright, and just be like, what did I have to be hungover when we did this, and then walk through.
So when you walk through, you see Raelius hovering a few feet above the ground on his sort of magical goblin glider that he has, just sort of looking around and taking in the view. And what that view is a, unsurprisingly chaotic landscape. As I described it, I believe, to Momo before, it's sort of like an Alice in Wonderland jungle. There are plants of all varying sizes, weird colors everywhere. You don't seem to be on a floating island like Momo was, or at least if it is some sort of floating island, it's a much bigger one where it's not immediately apparent. You have sort of popped out in the middle of this jungle. There are no creatures around that you can immediately see. But yeah, that's where the air and the vibe of the place is notably different, notably odd. And Raelius is thriving on it. You can see he's kind of like bouncing up and down a little bit on his glider, just obviously hyped out of his mind. And I get to pull up the mechanic that I've never gotten to use before, but I get to use today.
I'm gonna turn to SG and be like, is this the same spot?
And to interject, the environment is similar. Again, it's not the exact same spot, but like the general environment is similar.
This isn't the same spot that I was in before, but it's definitely the same place.
That's not great.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. As you were looking around, suddenly off a little bit past the trees, this glowing bright sphere of sort of multicolored shifting fire just erupts into view.
Do you think it's a creature of this realm?
And it's close. It's maybe like 10 feet away.
The fire.
Okay, so it's like right
It's
there.
close.
Okay, so in response to, do you think this is a creature? I'll just be like, you are the only person who would know that.
That's right. That's true. That's very true. Okay, let's see. Do I have any spells for this? I don't think I do. That's unfortunate. Wait. I don't have any spells for this. So, instead, can I wouldn't know. I didn't see this when I first came here. Damn. I mean, like, it's the only thing that's in this place. So, you know what? There's a chance that if I lick Jared, he might be able to give me the power to identify this creature.
Canyon, go touch it. See what it does.
Alright, I'll do it.
Okay, let's.
So it's not permission to lick Jared.
So
Give it a second.
yeah, let me pull up a stat here. Yeah, so Canyon
You could definitely lick
just
Jared depending on how
walks
bad
over
this gets.
and touches it. Let's see.
fire.
I'm gonna need you to. Well, I guess that's not really a thing. Is it? Let me get some dice.
I was so afraid I was just gonna hear like a bunch
Oh.
of damage dice rolling.
You didn't hear that? You didn't hear me roll the damage dice just now?
I was expecting a flood of
It's not
damage
a
dice.
flood of damage dice. That said, Canyon,
Like a
as you
bomb.
touch the odd sphere, it's just like a bolt of energy kind of courses through you. Take 11 damage.
Holy
God
shit!
damn it.
At sort of this weird like, I'm trying to think of how to describe the sound that it makes. You kind of know like in sci-fi when a ship like warps into an area and there's sort of like a space distorting sound. Do you guys have any idea of vaguely what I'm describing? There's sort of like that warping sound when you touch it. Raelius looks down from his glider finally and goes, "Oh, don't touch that."
Thanks,
What
fucker.
is it?
It's a
I'd like to just like stumble backwards from getting insanely hurt and like look at SG and just go lick the rock.
as
Like, wait, what is this critter? Is it a critter?
Raelius sort of, you know, takes his glider down, floats close to it.
Rick?
I'll ignore that for now. Raelius sort of floats down to it, and Inspector goes, it's just an energy fluctuation from this realm. There's weird stuff happens here from all my research. It's the Chaos Realm. If something looks too freaky, maybe don't touch it until I can take a look."
I'll touch.
So it's
whatever I
not
want to
a
touch,
pet,
sir.
or can it be made pet?
I don't think it's alive.
Aw, that's
Throw a
disappointing.
rock at it?
You can throw a rock at it.
Okay, so I pick up a rock that's like
Yeah. You pick up
or whatever the hell is to a rock in this realm, and I fucking huck it at it.
a weird rock, and it does sort of the same warping sound, and the rock just disintegrates.
I wanna tap Glib on the shoulder and just be like, maybe we start with that next time.
You would have been mad if I started with that next time.
I'm mad now. So
You're mad now because
Hey,
it didn't work.
Hey,
That's
hey,
why
hey,
you're
hey,
mad.
hey, Rayleigh's kind of gets her to. All right, some ground rules. If something looks like it would hurt you, don't touch it.
But it just looks like a ball of like iridescent fire. That doesn't seem painful. It seems pretty.
Rule 2, fire's generally not good to touch.
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah, got us.
You got a good point there.
Can't argue with that.
Can't argue with that
I mean,
logic.
fair.
That's smart. That's smart.
For the chat, SG has 0 healing spells, but does have the healer's feat. But that only helps to stabilize a dying person.
Touch it a few more times, she'll be able to heal you, man.
So after giving his very helpful warning, Raelius sort of just like kind of floats off down the. It's not really a clearing, but he just sort of kind of floats off down the jungle. He's above the heaviest brush. You guys are maybe gonna have to hack your way through a little bit, but Canyon has a bunch of swords. I'm sure he can manage this. He's got claws. You're fine. He goes, "All right, let's go."
How tall is this brush?
Taller than Glib.
No, I'm asking if I can jump over it.
Oh yeah, you can leap your way through.
Okay.
And again, it's a weird, trippy Alice in Wonderland jungle. Is how I so to sort of imagine. I mean, I know by nature everyone's going to imagine that differently, which is a good thing. But
yeah,
that's sort of the vibe that you're getting. It's not so thick that you can't move. So you can. You're a frog. Jungles are kind of like your element, especially if you're sort of a if you're a poison dart frog-esque kind of thing, which you obviously are. You can move pretty effectively through this place.
Oh,
I have a question.
never mind. I'm stealing
so I
something
have
from chat. I'm just gonna jump onto Canyon's shoulders and just be like, "You're tall." I'm using that.
That also works.
I have a question. So I have like 2 things that seem to have been added to my feats list. I don't know if you did it, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
I have like grappler and Verneblin magic.
I don't think I did that. I think D20 probably bugged out. At some point this week, I have it on my list to go through and make sure everyone's roll 20s or D Beyonds are going okay. Ignore that for now.
And then
I think it
completely disregard.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. That's weird. Anyway, Raelius is floating off. So are you guys following?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on Canyon's shoulders and be like, "All right,
And I'm just gonna cut my way through. Just
that way."
SG. Roll insight.
I'm so afraid. All right. Hopefully my luck has not run out. And it's a 19, so
19.
no.
Okay, good. So, yeah, I'll let you choose whether you want to sort of be aware of this or have it be unconscious. But you sort of like seem to have an innate idea of like where you need to go. Just sort of passively. And again, I'll let SG choose how she reacts to that. But that information is sort of in your brain, and it's not like a direct map, but just think of it sort of like a spider sense for where you need to go.
I think we have to go this way. I don't know how I know that. I think it's because I've been here before, but something is telling me I need to go this way.
I thought you said this wasn't the same place.
It's not this exact same location I was, but this is the same realm for sure. So I think maybe my internal compass is telling me this is the way to where I was the first time.
Checks out to me.
It makes more sense than...
Rayleigh kind of swings his glider around, just goes, all right, cool, that tracks, and starts heading in the direction that you suggest. Now, after, I guess I'll roll another. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell chat mostly what this mechanic that I'm doing is, because it's a very cool one that I want more D&D players to be aware of because it's relatively new. In a book called Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, they added random tables that are location effects, and there's a bunch of them. There's like, if there's an area that's haunted by ghosts or like infested by some weird like insect or mushroom thing, or if you're in like the astral plane, there's D100 tables for just like the effects that the natural weird landscape has on the environment. Like sometimes maybe just a burst of energy will manifest randomly, and I have tables for that. And it's very cool, and it makes journeying through areas more interesting. So that's what I'm using for this. I'm not going to tell you guys what table I'm using, but that is what is happening here. Let's see.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
How many
laugh.
there are you? 4? Okay. 1, 2, 3,
5 plus. Oh no, 4
4
plus
okay.
Rayleigh's.
Oh crap. Well, he might actually pass the saving throw. He's.
What?
Oh, he did. You're lucky. Okay. Ignore everything I just said. Nothing happens.
I don't believe you.
That's fine. You don't have to believe me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood DM.
I don't like
What did we do
it.
that happened again?
Nothing happened. You continue on your way.
But like, why did you start rolling? What did we do?
Nothing happens. You continue on your way. That's a running thing in D&D, Nikhil, is if the DM rolls a die and doesn't tell you what it's for, he's not gonna tell you.
It'll come up later.
It'll come up later. It'll come up later, or maybe it really was nothing. It's not always something.
Okay, then if it's nothing, surely making a perception check will reveal that as well.
If you want to make a perception check, you can. I'm never gonna stop you from making perception checks.
Why can't I find my perception? Oh my god. No. There we are.
Everything.
All right.
You could just hear the bucket
Luck
backspace
don't fail me
button.
now.
Just...
Okay. 18.
You don't see anything.
I want to roll one.
Okay, go ahead.
I would just like to say the glib is on their
18.
show. Is on how much? How much?
18.
You don't see
Still
anything.
nothing.
Yeah, I was kind of just hoping for a nat 20.
I would just
Alright.
love to say the glib is right now on Canyon's shoulders, watching both of them go like
Like looking around.
looking around, and I'm like, what? What?
And by the way,
What did you
I
say?
should say,
Something?
you guys have no reason to be thinking about this. So technically that's metagaming, but I'm gonna allow it this
Okay.
time. No,
Sorry.
you're good. It's understandable that you would be nervous in this weird chaos realm that's going on. Speaking of weird chaos realm that's going on, after a bit of walking, you exit the main tree line, and you can look down over a cliff. There's like a little basin, and at the bottom of this little basin valley thing, there are buildings. Everyone do roll a perception check now, actually.
Oh no.
All right, I think my luck is out. I think that's it for me, y'all.
Yeah, and I got
Oh.
a 6.
Yeah, that's a
Holy
4.
shit, give me a minute. Perception. Fuck. 3.
Okay. All of you are still preoccupied by
Six.
whatever paranoia that you heard a stick crack or something earlier, and you got really paranoid about it. And
I'm
now you're all
still
distracted.
panicking. I'm still like, what the fuck
So-
are we looking at, man? This...
Yeah, it just looks like a totally normal like small village. It's not big, but there's an amalgamation of it. You can even see like some figures walking around.
Are you lion turtling us? Is that what's happening here?
I don't know what that means.
Like Avatar: The Last Airbender, like the lion turtle was like the structure the whole time. Are we being lion turtled?
I'm not going to tell you.
When you're
Anyway,
down there
so
and
yeah, Raelius kind of pauses at the top of this cliff and goes, "That's weird. I didn't know there were people in here." Actually, I should roll his perception too. Oh, he also got a 3. He's not paying attention. He's awestruck by just being here and is a little bit overwhelmed.
Oh my god.
This is his Disney World.
You did say that we heard a sound crack, right?
No, okay, no, don't leap to that.
That was an innocuous
no.
way to say that nothing happened in
Yes,
the woods and we were all of a sudden panicking.
Yes, that was my innocuous way of just dismissing the conversation. I will tell you that there's nothing of note has happened.
We're not
there.
being followed or anything.
Yes. So Raelius kind of just starts floating his way down. It's not a sheer cliff. It is like a bowl almost. So you can kind of make your way down the slope to follow if you so choose.
Can I make another? Can I make another perception check?
As you get closer, you'll have to get closer to do it. But yeah.
We're gonna perceive every goddamn thing.
Okay.
One.
I can crawl on walls, right?
Yeah.
No. All right. I'm gonna hop off of Canyon's shoulders and just stick to the wall of the cliff and start crawling down.
All right, you crawl on down, and they'll say you get about like it's. I'm not good at describing distances, but it's a decent way. You get about halfway there. Out of like let's passive eyesight of whatever figures are wandering around. If they were, assuming they're normal humans. Yeah. If they really were looking for somebody, they could find you, but like they're not going to notice you as they go about their day to day. I hope I described that well enough.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay. Roll another perception check.
Gotcha. Work with me. Nat 20. I got 21.
Okay, wait. So you got a
natural
about. 22.
Yep.
Okay.
Nat 20.
So you freed from
I just
the
need to get a better view. That's all.
Freed from the distractions of Canyon and SG, you are able to get a much better look at this little village, and immediately you can see that something is definitely off with it. The proportions of the buildings are wrong, as if something was trying to approximate a normal building. And more worryingly, this applies to the people walking around as well. Some of them have distorted proportions. A couple of them have extra limbs in random places. And since you gave a nat 20, I'll give a little extra information. And I will say that, yes, what I said earlier about approximating, that definitely looks like what was going on here. This seems to be an intentional attempt at making something that did not go very well.
Immediately, I'm just like, I yell up to, what's his name?
You yell?
Goblin guy to guy. I'm not yelling. I'm just trying to get his attention.
Yeah, and he's about with you. He's not going super far ahead. Like he's keeping pace.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, stop.
He
because I see
hovers down.
Yeah, he hovers down to me and be like, all right, something's off. Bad vibes. This feels made. This feels manufactured. This is wrong.
Yeah. I'm getting that too. I'm gonna be honest. Once again, I'm as in the dark as you guys are. This is not in any of our books. We don't got anything. Kind of cool though, right? New territory, uncharted.
Yeah. Can I cast my familiar? I think because I can do unseen servant and then is it unseen servant or find familiar? I can make a familiar, and then I know I have the ability to see through the eyes of my familiar.
So here's, I could be wrong about this. Let me look at the thing. I think that Find Familiar technically takes, yeah. So here's the thing about Find Familiar. Find Familiar is a ritual, and it takes an hour to cast. But no. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Since this is your for this, I'm gonna give you a new player pass here since you didn't know about ritual spells and I didn't really explain it. So I'm gonna, since you had a whole day to yourself and it's believable that you had time to do this, it's not unreasonable. I'm gonna say that yes, you can. Now you can. I'll read through your little description here. It's behind my computer, but. Your familiar acts independently of you, but it always obeys your commands. If it's within 100 feet of you, you can communicate it, with it telepathically. You can see through its eyes, hear what it hears. And you can sort of like summon them and dismiss them at will, I believe. Now, you have options. You can either make a bat, cat, crab, frog, toad, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, snake, fish, rat, raven, seahorse, spider, or weasel. That was more options than I thought it was going to be when I started listing it. So that list, I thought it was going to be like 5, and then I got halfway through the list, and I was like, "This is still going." If you go to your D&D Beyond and click Find Familiar, the list is right at the top. That will probably be more helpful.
Your answer is you either go seahorse or weasel. There's no.
You see,
There's
I
no
am a
reason
frog,
to
and I think it would be hilarious if I also had a tiny frog that I
I was
just
just thinking
send
you
out to
would
do
leave.
things.
If you would lean like full vampire and go bat.
You know what? I'm considering doing a DM override here because I just had such a funny idea. I am thinking about forcing you to make it be a frog with bat wings.
Okay, my initial idea was either going to be like a vampire frog like that, or do a squid with bat wings, because my patron god is Cthulhu, and I could just make a tiny little squid that flies.
I will accept either of these. We will treat this as one of your extra abilities from your made-up frogpire race. He's frozen. Is he frozen for everybody? Am I just frozen? What's happening here?
And maybe Momo.
Okay, yeah. We back. Someone's internet dropped. I'm not sure who, but we're back now.
Okay, so I'll just open my bag, and out flies my little familiar, which is just a little pocket-sized squid with bat wings that flies up next to me. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna send. What should I name Squid Boy here?
Blob.
I have his personality decided, so naming is up to you.
You have the personality. Oh God. All right. This is Blob. I'm gonna have Blob fly in there, and Blob's going to. I'm gonna try and see through his eyes. He's gonna get about 98 feet away from me. I'm gonna see through his eyes to see if I can get a better look at this, to get a vibe.
Okay. So you give this order to Blob, and Blob kind of fine, and sort of floats on.
My flying squid talks?
Yeah, you can communicate.
I thought it was like a
no, you
pet.
can communicate with it.
Okay. All right. So I can
telepathically.
I can
Yes,
him.
telepathically.
Yep.
If you insist, and sort of floats on in. Blob gets to the edge of the village.
Yeah.
You're using your thing to sort of see through.
Yeah, I'm seeing through his eyes.
So as Blob gets closer, you can see a little bit more of what these sort of attempted humans are doing. They seem to be going about human things, and I phrase it in that weird way intentionally because fitting their sort of approximated nature, they are going about just what look to be like human approximated tasks. Like there's one of them that's sort of like tending to a garden in a sort of repetitive way. You know that scene from WandaVision where Vision gets to the edge of the hex and everyone's just sort of like mindlessly doing tasks? That is what these creatures are doing in a way.
Okay. Can I get him? Am I allowed to make him like throw a rock at something to like see if it like triggers a trap?
Yeah. You can have him.
Okay. I'll do exactly that. He throws a rock at one of the approximated humans.
For note, you're familiar. You don't like control him. He acts independently of you, but you get to command him, and he does what you tell you tell him to. So
okay.
Seems like a bad idea, but all right. Sort of floats down. And as he's floating down, he goes, "Why did I get assigned to you?" And grabs the rock, kind of hurls it, at one of the creatures bounces off with no notable effect.
That can't be good.
So wait, has
The
Glib
chat has picked up on
communicated
something
this
that
to
I
us?
did, and I'm happy about it. Someone, I'm gonna go ahead and
The uncanny valley.
You know
That's great.
The chat has picked up.
That's
the
fucking
chat has
great.
picked up on something I did. Good job, Josie G19. You've picked up on my little hidden wordplay there.
That's smart.
So yeah, the rock bounces off with no notable reaction or response.
Wait, so has Glib communicated this to the rest of us?
No, I think I'm still on the.
Yeah, you're just
the wall,
watching this
just
happen.
checking.
Yeah, wait, what are we doing? Like, is Glib just sitting there on the cliff, like, mentally talking to his dude, and the rest of us are, like,
You can
hanging
do
out?
what you want. I was gonna cut back to you in a minute and see what you guys were doing.
Okay, so you can go ahead and cut back to them because I'm just trying to fucking mull
Yeah.
over what to do
And for
next.
people are saying, did Glib just make him? And he's like, ugh, to the familiar. We'll reveal this later, but for people's note, the familiar character that I imagined was like, as a warlock of the Kraken, Glib has been assigned a familiar as is part of the pact. Blob is not happy about this. Blob thinks of Glib pretty much the same way that the patron does, but that's his boss.
Okay, I like that. That's great.
So okay, cutting back to Canyon and SG at the top of the cliff.
Like, okay, so do you think we should follow after him? I mean, he didn't give us a signal or anything. I don't think we're supposed to wait here, are we?
I'm very bored waiting here. I say we go after him.
Okay, let's just follow after Glib. I mean, like, this can't be that steep of a cliff, right?
I can climb. I'm a
Yeah,
cat.
it is climbable without too much issue.
Okay, I'm just going to, again, transform into Glib, but with perfectly tailored pants, and
I still hate you
climb
for that.
down. Climb down the cliff thingy.
I also
Still
climbed down.
unnecessarily mean.
So how far are you going? Like, are you going right up to Glib, or are you where?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're,
Yeah,
so-
we're just gonna, like, kind of sandwich Glib, I
Yeah, so
assume.
you all reunite about halfway down.
Okay.
Like-
I just turned. What the fuck are y'all doing here?
I mean, like, you didn't
Yeah, you
voice
just
what we
went
should be
away.
doing.
I'm
so,
scouting.
like,
There's a fucking terrifying
wasn't
village
clear.
at the bottom.
that was not clear. We
well, you
got-
can't.
Now we're here.
Are you wearing
Listen-
pants again?
Absolutely. It's ridiculous to have a frog that does not have perfectly tailored pants. Where are
I
you
fucking
perfectly
hate
tailored?
it
to
here.
walk
Hey!
around bottomless
Hey!
all the time.
Guys, it's fine. You turn
Yeah?
around, Raelius is just like floating through the middle of the village. He's just like, they don't
Oh
care.
my
Come on.
God!
They don't care.
See, you
I
didn't see.
immediately
This is
go
what
and
happens when you
continue
go
on
off on
with
your
that.
own.
Okay, hold on. What did I did not hear either of those.
I immediately go down to the village as well.
Yeah, and I just am by Glib and say, this is what happens when you don't voice what you're going to do, because you go off on your own like some kind of a bandit type person,
I'm already
and no one
climbing
knows
down
what the
the
plan
cliff.
is.
As I'm being lectured, I'm climbing down the cliff.
Yeah. No one knows what the plan is. You want to go scout? Look at Raelius. He's doing your job.
Way to waste all of our
Oh.
time, Glenn.
Oh,
Just fucked up.
Oh my
Glib is the
god.
most underappreciated little. He's just doing. He's
When
the
you
one
guys
doing the
Run
most
into a
tactical
spell
choice.
and die. I'm gonna laugh. Stand over your graves and I'm gonna laugh.
So yeah, you if you're following Raelius down, Raelius is just going through the creatures, which I'll leave to you to name if you would like. Do not pay attention as you get closer to them and the village in general. SG and Canyon, who were farther away, definitely also pick up on the nature of this uncanny valley. Everything is sort of approximated, but not exactly correct. But it doesn't seem to respond to you in any sense. That said, I
Seems
will
like some sort
roll
of.
something.
It seems like some sort of god has tried to create their own humanity, but didn't know how to give them free will or thought.
Where's There it is. I almost rolled on the drink table again, which is not appropriate for this situation.
No.
Okay.
So I threw a rock
not
at
sure.
one. Canyon, do you want to stab one?
No, I'm not doing what you tell me to do, though, boy. I got me hurt.
I love the one time someone's finally like, "Hey, Canyon, go stab somebody." He goes, "I'm not doing what you tell." The one time.
Glib makes bad decisions. That's my new canon belief.
Oh my god.
But I am gonna go up to one of them and like tap him on the shoulder.
I already
for
tried that, dude.
there is
You hit
no
them with a
response.
rock.
There
And
is,
it did nothing.
there is no
I'm
response.
trying to be civil. Open up a dialogue. You attack
yes,
the rock.
not everything must be solved with violence.
Honestly, Glib, come
Are you
on.
backing up Canyon by saying everything doesn't need to be solved with violence?
Okay,
Hey,
wait.
let's can we recap
Hold on.
the day
I'm
so
interrupting.
far?
I'm
Try to
interrupting.
kill the guy.
What is everybody doing right now? Rayleigh is floating around looking at these weird things. Canyon
I was
is.
picturing that we were in a village. I just poked a guy that
Yes.
did nothing, and now we're having the argument we were
Yes.
just having.
And
I,
I-
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
I'm
just
very
arguing.
close to the edge of the village because I'm still very hesitant about going in. Like,
Okay.
this still feels wrong.
All right, cool. Just I wanted to note that. Continue.
Anyway, as I was saying, things that have happened today. You got drunk, you ruined our lives. You tried to kill a guy, you got me hurt, and now you're arguing that we should stab more people. I think it's clear who the loose cannon of this team is.
The only reason we're here is because you fucking shot a guy.
Wrong. We are here because a skull told me to be here.
Oh my
Get
god.
your facts right. I shot a guy because SG told me it was killing time.
SG, speaking of SG, I'm going to jump in again. SG, you hear a familiar laugh coming from sort of like the other side, and one street down. The others do not hear this.
So it's
No,
in my
he
head.
just-
I mean,
he just
you
says
hear
familiar.
it.
It doesn't have to be Polnaros. Like, what if it's just
Okay,
your dad?
fine, Nikhil. It sounds like the weird laugh that you heard from the shard that one time. Hey, if you want me to if you want me to start making chaos image replicas of your loved ones, I'm happy to.
Alright.
If everyone, I think we should be hyper alert and vigilant right now because I heard the voice of Polnaros again.
I'm gonna be honest, since we're so deep in the argument, I'm imagining I probably didn't fucking hear that. And I'm like, fine, you don't want to stab one of them? Fine, I'll fucking do it. And I am currently walking over to one of them, pulling out a dagger.
Okay.
Do you have a dagger?
have-
Did you
I
take
have
it from
five.
oh, man?
I have 5 daggers,
Why do you have
actually.
5 daggers?
Do I have
I-
5? I
I
have
pictured you unarmed this entire
1,
time.
2, 3. I have 3 daggers and a dart. So I have 3
Yeah.
daggers on me.
It's a dart.
I don't know what the dart does, but I'm pulling out one of the daggers you did not know that I had out of my bag as well.
Yeah, I would like to also lead over to SG again and be like, did you know he was armed?
I full on Misty step over to Glib, slap him in the face, and say, "Get a hold of yourself, you frog man."
Perfect. So you do your Misty step, but in like the brief second where you're between your first point and your second point, your millisecond, you teleport. You are definitely not in the part of the village that you intended on being in, and your friends are no longer around.
Oh.
So
I made a big error.
once again, Canyon and Glib, whether you notice, SG is gone, and yeah, SG is gone again.
Okay, so Glib is 3
Glib
feet
is-
tall, right? I want to
yes.
keep it
Yes.
I want to take. I have another sword. What sword do I have? I have a. Oh no, I don't have it equipped. Damn it. So I'll take my rapier, I guess, and I want to stab it into the ground in front of Glib, stopping him from moving.
You do so.
And then I'll just be like, I was like, stop. Where did SG go? What did you do?
What did I do?
Hey, She walked over here. She slapped you in the face. You're being a little bit of a loose cannon today.
Wait.
And
Hold
now
on. I
she's
thought
gone.
she disappeared in between.
I disappeared before I slapped him in
Yeah,
the face,
that
and when
happened.
I
She was on the
reappeared,
other
I went
side,
to
and
slap
it just
someone
started
and no one was there.
To go up to me, and as she was about to disappear
No,
before.
what happened?
did.
Basically, she used a teleport spell. Is what she used. So
Yeah.
Right.
from her perspective, it's like her teleport was hijacked. From your two perspectives, she's
Yeah.
just she just vanished. Like she was gonna teleport
Okay.
over to Glib, but it's just gone.
So in that case, I'm like, what did I do? How is this my fault?
I didn't do it. These people don't do anything.
I didn't fucking do it. I've been arguing with your dumbass this whole time.
Well, we should probably focus on that and not on stabbing people. Can you keep your bloodlust to a minimum for a moment, please?
The irony of you fucking telling me that.
I have no idea what you're getting
How
at.
dare you?
Anyway, let's go and find Raelius. Maybe he knows what happened.
Wait, I have a DM
Go ahead.
question. I don't know if my telepathic speech works. Would it work? I think it's like within how many miles?
If it's miles, I'll say it works within miles. Sure.
Let me double check. Telepathic.
Distance works a little differently here. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
But to quickly interject again onto Glib and Canyon's talk, Raelius is nowhere to be found as well. He's also gone.
Oh, lovely.
Great. Got rid of Raelius too.
You motherfucker.
So I'm going to just telepathically speak to them. Hey, guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I went to teleport to slap Glib across the face, but I got
Logical.
I'm somewhere else now, and I don't know where I am.
Yeah, we're blaming Glib for
I
that.
hate you both so very much.
I mean, it makes sense. He's the only other sorcerer around, but I
That's
don't
what
think
I
this was
said.
his fault at this time.
That's what I
Thank
said.
you, motherfucker. No, you did not.
Now, as this argument is going down, the ground beneath you rumbles. All of you feel it at whatever point of the village you are in.
Oh no! Everyone, stay on guard because I think Poneros is near.
And on that note, from sort of above the horizon of the cliff, you see a similar appearance of a white clawed hand gripping the edge of the cliff. Second one pulling themselves up. And description for the new people: at the end of the arm, a second arm begins with a sort of, the first arm coming out of the palm of the second, creating these double-length abomination arms. And after these are fully in view, the upside-down grinning head of Polnaros flips itself over the canyon and sort of just begins looking around at the village.
Is it still upside down? Or
Like,
flips
okay, so like
itself, put it right side up?
its head is upside down and it sort of comes up like imagine this is the can. I'm taking off my headset for this because I don't want to throw it. The arms are here and it kind of goes like limply sort of flops over in a creepy way.
Fine. I would like to just go, hello, monster.
He is so much. We're still telepathically linked, so imagine. I'll just go. He's so much worse than anything that Jared showed us.
Yes, I know it doesn't get more. It doesn't get better. It just is always this creepy.
Oh,
looking.
and it's about to get even worse. The body sort of begins to clamber over, stretching so that he's directly over the village, but not really like a torso. The body is almost centipede-like, just more of these double arms continuing over and over until the village is sort of ringed by these arms planted on the ground with the head in the center as it looks over everything. Notably, its body, extremely long, is still over the horizon. So it's this long centipede-like arm creature gazing over the village.
No. I'm okay. Nope. I'll live. I'm okay. Fuck that.
Oh, what are you saying? No. Oh no.
After sort of passively
I would like to telepathically ask SG, like, where are, like, tell us where you are using his body.
It's
What do I see?
so I mean, you know, from it's very like this is a reference that I don't know if you guys are gonna get because even I barely get it. But do you know that that one Attack on Titan monster? I haven't seen that's like the rib cage thingy. I don't know if you guys have seen that image.
I don't think I've
Okay,
seen
well
that
maybe
one. No.
I'll find a picture of it and send it to you later. But like, imagine like a giant sort of centipede-like body stretched over the village with these weird double arms holding it up, and then the upside-down head looking around.
But I can't see its head from where I am.
No, you kind of can. The head is in the center of the village, and so you can see it from some point.
She's in the village?
No,
I thought
she's
she was, like, away
she
from
is
us.
in a different part of the village, but it's not. She doesn't know where. It's kind of hard to navigate since it's, you know, the nature of its weirdness makes it a little hard to tell exactly where you are.
Oh no. So I just see body. I can't see his head. His head face.
You can see the head basically. You can see the head. Like,
Okay, but I'm not staring into
you
his
are not
eyes.
staring. Well, I was about to say, the head sort of slow, like limp, looks over the entire village, and then very quickly, just abruptly snaps to looking directly at SG.
No.
Okay, so would you tell us, oh shit, he's looking at me, or just should we assume that as soon as he snapped his head and you went, oh no, we know?
I think I just screamed.
All right, so I'm gonna turn to,
I
to
looked
Canyon
into-
and be like, I'm assuming that's the right way then.
We
So
found it.
yeah,
Okay.
Let's go.
you guys start booking it very quickly towards the place that Polnaros is looking. But, and I'll do this first before we go back to SG. You're not seeming to make any progress. You're running through the village, and you can see, you know, the buildings passing you, but as you look up to Polnaros' body to sort of gauge how far you've gone, it doesn't seem like you've covered any ground.
Close your eyes when you're running. Close your eyes when you're running.
All right.
How?
You
I'm
run into a
hoping-
building. What was that gonna do?
No, okay.
I'm
You're
not-
able to make progress.
Wait,
I'm
no.
running.
You
Close
said you
your
were gonna
eyes.
do that. You said you were gonna do that. I'm rolling for you guys.
I did not say I was doing that. I was saying to her, okay, how does that help us?
Let's cut over to SG real quick because she's getting spoken to at this point. A second after, Polnaros snaps his head over. He goes, "Hello again."
Hello. Hello.
After a moment, the centipede body sort of snakes around so that it is directly facing you. It's like hovering maybe like 30 to 40 feet
okay,
above you.
okay.
This head is staring directly at you with its shimmering blank eyes.
Seems we are doing this. Hello again.
How do you like my village?
It's very village-like. It's very close to the real thing. I don't know if you've seen the real thing.
I tried my best.
It's very nice.
He kind of leans in. He gets even closer to you. He goes, I could make it better.
And how do you wish to do that?
He sort of just tilts his head. I mean, you know, tilts his head upside. You get what I mean.
Yes.
And just kind of stares at you. And after another moment of this, you hear just this like loud battle cry as you look up to the side to see Raelius on his glider, sword out, just screaming as he body slams the side of this thing's like neck-ish area.
God,
Oh
metal.
no. I don't really is. I know what you're trying to do. I think you're way out of your weight class with this, my friend.
As Polnaros sort of turns to look at the new attacker, Glib and Canyon, as you round a corner, you see SG. With the creatures, seeming distracted, you have managed to make it to her position.
Gotcha. Did Raelius just bounce off, or did he actually do something?
It's hard to tell from the angle that you're at, because you're looking up at it from the ground, and
Alright.
he flew in from the side. He didn't
But we
he's
haven't
not
seen
gone.
him from that.
He's not gone, but you can't really tell how effective the attack was.
Okay.
Which I mean, I take that as a good thing.
As
There was not like a
well-
force field he
yeah.
bounced off, but it's not, immediate to tell how well that worked.
I want to walk up to SG and be like, "Hey, we met your friend."
Yes, I can see that. Polnaris, this is
Don't
everybody.
introduce us. I don't want this on me.
Polnaros is not paying attention to you at the moment as one of the arms from farther back along his body sort of whips out, slaps Raelius, causing his glider to streak off into nothingness and him to crash down screaming somewhere in the village.
Okay.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Raelius is dead. I think that's a lost cause at this point.
Not
Yeah.
worth going.
Lick Jared. Lick Jared.
Is Lib telling me to lick Jared?
Throw Jared on the ground. We need a genie right now.
Okay, I crushed Jared.
You crushed it. It actually does break this time, with the crystal disintegrating into dust and then reforming into Jared's body. As Jared turns around to see even more of Polnaros than he did last time. He screams again, and then sort of turns to SG and goes,
What the? Why do you keep bringing me into these situations?
Jared, you know the drill. You get us out of here.
As Jared sort of raises his hand to wave and do some magic, another of Polnaros' many arms comes and swoops him up. And
Hey,
grabs
that
him and
is my
holds him in front
software
of his
genie.
holds him in front of his face. Goes, never seen something like you before.
Never seen a genie.
I mean, they're not incredibly common for note. You've heard of them, but like they're not common
I've
things.
seen a genie.
And Polnaros does not really seem to pay
How
attention
are
to
you
you.
the smartest of us?
As he sort of he kind of takes Jared and sort of just like tucks him into another part of the village out of your eye line before
Excuse
swinging
me, that is my salt lamp genie. You cannot confiscate him.
before
Wait, that was. You could touch him? Okay.
and after this is done, Polnaris sort of swings in to you guys. No, sort of flicks his. Well, it's kind of hard to tell exactly where his eyes are looking because he doesn't have pupils. But flicks his head back and forth to Glib and Ken. He goes, "Oh, we've never met before. I am Polnaros."
I'm.
Your audio cut out. I just heard I'm.
I'm scared.
What brings you? What brings you here, to my realm? I've seen this one before. Another arm raises up and kind of limply points at SG.
Oh,
For no,
yeah.
his movements are sort of like puppet-like, like marionette kind of vibes. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay. The guy you just slapped. He brought us here.
He looks over to the vague direction of which he slapped Raelius. And a moment later, actually, after he days, Raelius sort of comes booking it out of an alleyway, looking very confused as to where he is, as if he's sort of been brought back to the
Gotcha.
group.
Yeah.
He's a little shaken by getting slapped out of the sky by a giant centipede monster that he's never seen before, and for once doesn't actually say anything, just kind of staring up at the monster in shock. And why did he bring you here?
We don't know,
we don't
man.
know.
Payment? We accidentally killed one of his dudes and now we're here. What do you want?
He leans in very, very close to you, like mere feet away, with his gigantic head, and in a kind of creepily innocent and optimistic tone, just goes, "I want to see the world."
Well,
No!
Pomeros, you've seen the world. I think you've built it here.
I've tried, but it's not the same.
So you know of our world.
It nods.
Then how come our world does not know of you?
It tilts its head. I do not know. I thought you would know me since you've come to visit me many times now. Well, two times.
Well, I know you, but my world doesn't know you. But you know my world.
sort of nods once more.
Oh, curious is this.
DM question.
Yeah.
The Symmetrous guys, they were like known for defeating some great evil, right?
They, according to the stories, which I will say,
Yeah.
Presumably Callisto was there, so Callisto maybe knows like the actual thing if you get a chance to ask him. But according to the stories, yes, these portals, some horrible monsters poured forth from the earth, and Symmetrous beat them back and saved the world. But that's the propaganda version of the story.
So, Pulneros,
Alright.
are you the only one here?
It just sort of nods, and then
So
gestures
you're the
to
last
his.
one here.
I suppose there are sort of creatures, energy manifestations, but nothing like me.
Were you put here, or how were you made here?
An odd question. I suppose I was made here.
Oh, and
So you're from this place.
Sort of. Yeah, like he can't really shrug, but his head moves in a sense that you get the sense he doesn't really understand the question. Maybe.
well, maybe.
Okay.
Like, have you always been here alone, or were there others like you a long time ago?
Like me? No, only me. Only me.
Well, I don't know what is true and what is false anymore. It's from where we are from. There, many long time ago, there were many creatures, maybe like you, that came from this place to our world.
From here to there. Never. It seems familiar, but it's been so long. My memory is fuzzy.
Can I go and talk to as SG is talking to Polnareos? Can I go and talk to
To Raelius, I'm
I
assuming.
keep forgetting his fuck.
Yeah.
To Raelius, and be like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
I have absolutely no idea.
This is not the big fucking monster you wanted us to go and
This
see.
is probably the big fucking monster. What it is? I don't know what it is though.
You sent us into a fight with a giant monster that you didn't even fucking know.
I told you I didn't know this was a fact-finding mission.
There's a fact, but you tried to fucking body slam it.
This is a monster. What was I supposed to do?
Talk to it.
No, shut up. Shut up. See what it has to say.
Well, so Pulneros, can you be smaller?
It nods, and the body sort of like sinks out of view, sort of like blending into the alleyways of the town, maybe, so that only the head can be seen, sort of like laying down within the town, and the head then shrinks, sort of approximating a human form like the creatures of the Uncanny Valley. Not exactly like them, a little bit more distinct, but a bad human form. His head is still upside down though.
I think you got it. You got to switch it this way. It's you're upside down.
Sorry. And with a disgusting crack noise, it snaps into a correct place.
That's awful.
And the proportion, the proportions are still off, but it's much more human.
So did he form into the correct position, or did he literally just snap his neck into the correct?
I mean,
like, is his neck skin now twisted to form the right?
It formed into the correct position. I'm not that creepy.
All right. I'm like, did he just fucking break his own neck and just be like, that's better? Like,
no.
Okay. I just noticed, he probably doesn't know what humans look like because none of us are human.
SG is close, but SG is also like the two most humanoid characters are one is featureless and one is helmeted. So they're not. Yeah, he doesn't have a great handle on that.
Okay. Why did you make this? And I point at the Uncanny Valley.
Anyways, I like to make things. I like to make things better and help them. Have fun.
How do you
with them.
make? Okay, I don't love that. How do you make them? Because these are living beings by the looks of it.
He sort of holds a hand out, still making these marionette-like motions even in his humanoid form. And
Okay.
a weird amorphous mass of shifting colored chaos energy just sort of pours forth from his palm, shaping into another one of the distorted humans. Well, I guess I shouldn't. I say human. There are various species. There are elves and dwarves and stuff, but
Yeah.
this distorted people.
Yeah. I hate
So-
that.
So you want people around you. You want to be with people.
It nods vigorously.
Like, I need you to understand that how you might be going about that is a bit unsettling. Because if you were in this form, this is a lot less intimidating than your massive form. Because you see humans and people and creatures of the like are much smaller than you.
Yes, I suppose they are. I meant no harm by it. It's easier to see this way in my large form.
Easier to see is sometimes not as great.
Not incredibly
haven't-
welcoming, if I'm being honest. Also, can I have Genie back, please?
Ah, yes. An arm of Polnaros reaches up from a full-size arm, I should note, kind of reaches up from elsewhere in the village and deposits the crystal, not Jared itself, but the crystal back to you, sort of dropping it in your arms and then sinking back down into the village.
Thank you. Okay, Polnaros. Reason there are many people from our world that I'm free in 2 hours, but they don't want to keep you here, and no one knows why or why you are or who you are.
Polnaros makes a laughing sound, question mark? Like everything about him, it's not exactly right, but an attempt at a laugh. I can't imagine why.
I can't imagine in the your full form. I can see why it is probably better for you to be here because there are not many wide open spaces in our world.
I would love to see. I've been trapped here for so long.
Who trapped you here?
He thinks for a moment and then just sort of makes that same not shrug motion, dismissing the question as something he doesn't know.
Did they have? All right. So is there dirt under us, or is it like concrete?
I mean, it's probably like paved stones. You know, it's a village street, so it's not like solid concrete, but it's not just raw dirt.
Okay.
I mean, there's dirt. Are you trying to like draw a picture or something?
Yeah.
Okay, there's dirt around in the village. You know, you can
Okay.
walk off the path and find a section of dirt.
Okay.
For that purpose.
I'm gonna walk away and bring back and just dump dirt on the ground
Okay.
and go. I take the staff out so I can draw on the ground.
Okay. Oh, you might. All right.
Yeah. I pull the staff out and I draw the Symmetry symbol on the ground and I go, "Is that who put you here?"
Polnaros leans in a little too deeply to the symbol, and nods and starts nodding very, very fast.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, all right, one moment, and huddle us up for a second, and go. So that's the thing they locked away, right? Like, right?
It seems like it. That
Okay.
They locked him away, but they said many monsters, not just one.
Yeah, the same people who both say that they're the good guys and have both equally almost gotten us killed.
Fair enough. So they locked away this creature. Why?
Have you seen him?
Did you see him?
Yes.
Did you see him make a knot person?
I did see him make a knot person. I know that he is a very large, very unsettling looking creature, but he seems rather harmless at this point.
I turn back and go, "Hey, Polnaris, have you ever been in this form before? When you're in right now?"
He kind of looks down at himself. Goes, no.
All right, then I'm gonna turn back and go like, "The reason they probably locked him up is because he's a fucking 90-foot tall giant centipede man with an upside down head." That's
Understood.
I'd lock him the fuck up too.
I'm not a fan of 90-foot long centipede men with giant
Raelius
upside
kind
down
of
heads.
finally butts into the conversation. Goes, okay, I wasn't here like centuries ago. Whenever, I'm a little bit in shock here, but like, you're right. He doesn't seem that bad.
Okay, I might do detect thoughts on him.
On Raelius? Or
No,
Polnaros?
on Polnaros.
Okay.
Let's see. So I'm gonna ask permission from him actually.
Mm-hmm.
So Polnaros, there seems to be, maybe you can't remember on your surface thoughts, but if you let me go into your mind, I might help you remember how you got here or why they locked you away. Will you let me do that?
He sort of nods.
Okay, so I cast detect thoughts and I go as deep as I can.
Right. So, with the first thoughts, of course, that you see as you're going back are very distorted and difficult to read, as you would kind of expect from a creature of this nature. But as you go back, you do see one memory that sort of stands out more notably. And the memory is sort of what you would imagine as if a creature looking through the chaos portal into the real world. And on the real world, seeing Callisto closing the portal and then darkness.
Okay.
Shit.
He's a bad dude.
So it seems as if we have.
Callisto's not exactly a
Wait,
great dude.
hold on a second. But Callisto told us that he wasn't here. He wasn't alive. He lied to us.
I will say that's pretty obvious. Yeah, because he told you he was not alive during the original time, and that was
Yes.
clearly a lie at this point. Remember, I
he
like
also
my
told us that he had
unreliable
never seen-
narrators, so people may have lied to you a
Yeah.
lot.
So he was
He
here.
also told us that he hadn't seen Polnaros either when we showed him an image of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
No,
he-
no one that you have
Everyone
met
we've
so far
asked
knows
has
who
said
this
they
is,
don't know who the fuck it is.
or at least said they know who it is.
No. Oh.
All
You
right.
see, Palmettos, it seems like we have interacted with the person that might have locked you up here. You've interacted with humans before, have you not?
Vague memories, yes.
Do you know the name Callisto?
At hearing the name, Polnaros just like pause, like freezes literally, like it all movement just sort of stops for just a single nod.
How do you know Callisto?
The head sort of twitches. Locked portal.
Was Callisto your friend?
It sort of just keeps twitching, not really responding to the question.
Okay. Can I pull everyone aside real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Risky decision. I'm assuming that we could probably disguise this guy in some way. He kind
I
of
don't
just
think
seems like
my magic is even that strong.
no, but I mean he is vaguely human shaped. We could always just put him in that guy's armor and points at Raelius.
What, that thing
then
touching
he-
my armor? I don't know where it's been.
I don't give
I
a
really
fuck
don't
what you
care.
want. You almost got killed. That is. We could always put him in that guy's armor and get him the fuck out of here, because it does kind of seem like he's just been locked up here by the dude that tried to get us killed twice. who we know is kind of a bad dude from the looks of things.
Yeah. Maybe he's got a shitty father.
I don't really think that that Polnareff seems like he's evil enough to be like.
I'm going to interrupt the conversation because as you are speaking, you hear a massive boom noise just echo throughout the valley. Polnareff seems as caught off guard by it as you do as well.
Great. Okay.
Okay, it looks like we're going with Glib's plan.
Pol, what was that?
Don't know.
You don't
Aren't you
know?
the only thing here?
Don't know. Everyone.
Don't know.
A moment passes, and you see high above the tree line a vaguely human-sized figure sort of fly into view.
Fuck, that's mystery, man. That's gotta be mystery,
Okay,
man.
so Polnareff, we have a plan. What is his name?
Can I
Brilliant.
point-
Strip.
Yeah.
Give him your armor now. This is not the suggestion. Do it.
Not entirely okay with this, but fine! And then he starts taking off his armor.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they.
Can I get an ETA about how long it's gonna take for just like judging how long it's gonna take for him to get here?
He seems to not know entirely where he's going. Polnareff kind of looks at you and goes, "I will hide village long I can."
Okay, you do that.
Thanks, buddy. Also put this on and starts handing him the armor stuff.
The body sort of stretches to like accommodate and sort of shift the armor on rather than putting it on traditionally, which is creepy but
Bro, when
faster.
this is over, we need to talk about you being so fucking weird. Hide,
we must
don't
talk about
say
this.
anything.
So, Polnareff has the armor on. Now, a moment later, as this is happening, you hear a shout, and you can see the figure of who you presume to be Callisto, and the shout does sound vaguely like him. You hear a shout, and this massive bolt of energy goes from his body into the ground, and the ground starts shaking.
Nice.
Okay.
And the power like continues radiating from him as he just shakes this entire landscape.
All right, so it doesn't
I'm
seem like
gonna
we
turn
can
to-
escape without being seen by him.
No, I'm gonna turn to Raelius and be like, "How the fuck do we get out of here?"
Polnareff pipes up instead, completely interrupting, goes, "Run!" and just points off in a direction towards the forest.
Can I point to Polnareff and go, like, "Can you run like this?"
I will move the portal. Run!
Wait, you're coming with us, man.
I can move portal. Come, and he just starts booking it into the forest.
How does he run?
Continuing sort of the marionette motions, sort of like almost gliding along the ground with like large leaping steps that are too big for his body as he sort of flails a little
So
bit.
he looks like a Titan from Attack on Titan.
I know
just like one of the ones.
I know I'm not exactly, a little more put together than that, but similar.
Okay. All right.
Oh, why am I tiny?
All right. Yeah,
There we go.
it's a little better. We'll have to roll with it for now. Then we're back to normal. There we go. So, I'm assuming you all start following.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you start running through the forest, the ground starts cracking around you. You know, the energy that Callisto is pouring into the earth seeming to overflow. The village behind you splits in half fully, and as this happens, Polnareff just like lets out a screech of seemingly sorrow as his work is destroyed. But as this is going on, the forest is shaking, shifting, and the cracks begin to reach you. So I'm gonna need everybody to make dexterity saving throws here.
Please,
Yeah,
please,
God.
please, 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 please. So Dex saving throw.
I got a 22.
You got a 22?
I got a
That's a 20.
Got a
30,
5.
20, 30, 20.
Okay. So, Glib, everyone is able to make it through, except Glib sort of falters, trying to jump to a tree, but the tree sort of caves out. But as this happens, Raelius sort of swoops in, grabs you, and throws you back onto the safer path, slipping himself in the process and sort of falling slightly into this cliff.
Okay. Can I make an attempt to grab
You can
him?
make an attempt if you want.
Okay. What do I need to throw?
I would be. Let's just do flat dexterity.
Okay. That would be a 10.
A 10. 10 is not enough. So he sort of slips down further.
What's he holding on to?
Okay.
It's a jungle that's being cracked in half. So I imagine there's like roots or something that he's holding.
Okay.
Is there anything under him?
It's rapidly deteriorating into sort of this. This is a sky island sort of area, so eventually you presume it will crack into nothingness, but there is ground under him right now that is rapidly receding.
Okay, can I grab him and jump back up? Because I have a 25-foot jump.
It's too late for that at this point, I would say. This is happening quickly.
Okay.
I think I got this. I'm presuming I'm within 30 feet of him.
If you want to be, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Mold Earth, and I'm gonna create like a 5-foot block that would push him up essentially.
Okay.
And be level with the ground.
Okay, that works. So he is able to sort of pull himself back up the ground. He goes, okay, thank you. We should keep running now.
Yes, that's the only save you're ever going
Yes.
to get from me because it was your stupid idea to come here.
Sorry. Now, at this point, however, the cracks have passed you and are going farther. Polnaros is you can kind of see him, but through the trees, he has continued on without you.
Yeah.
Maybe not knowing that you're behind. You're not really sure what his motive is,
Right.
but he has continued onwards. So I'm gonna just have everybody do a dex save a second time.
Right.
24.
24.
Ah! 8.
It's an 11.
8 and 11. Okay, so 11 will barely pass, but this time
Okay.
Glib once again, misses a jump as the ground shifts under and begins to fall into one of the cracks.
Unluckiest motherfucker alive.
Yeah,
Can I grab him?
True.
Hmm?
Can I grab
You
him?
can grab him. That's going to be a dexterity.
14.
14. Okay,
First one under 20.
first one under. Now let's see. Is 14? All right, you've grabbed him. What are you trying to do at this point? You're holding on to him as he is, into his cliff, or falling into this cliff.
Where? And I'm on top of the cliff, right?
Yeah.
So why can't I just pull him up?
You have to make a strength check for this. This is like an active earthquake as you're trying to pull him up. You've grabbed him. You got to try to pull him up at this point.
You
That
should pull
seems
him up and just keep him on you.
Well, wait, he's a frog, right? He's sticky.
Oh, true. He is sticky, so you can make it with advantage.
Okay, well, it was an 11.
Okay, with advantage.
No.
Okay,
with
try
And
try
roll
with
again.
advantage. I'll be nice.
How do you roll with advantage? I thought
Roll,
it was
Just
roll
roll
twice
again.
and take the higher.
Oh, I see. This one was a 12.
Okay, so I mean a 12 is something. So I will say, and this is going to be a little more scripted, but you'll get why.
Mm-hmm.
You manage, Nikhil, you manage to throw Glib up, but as you do so, another bolt strikes the ground, and you fall into the cliff, or into the ravine. As this happens, Raelius kind of shouts, "Ah, shit, fine," and dives in after you.
Wait, I'm falling down a cliff, right?
You're falling into a rapidly opening ravine.
Opening chasm.
Yes, an
But
open.
can I just I'm falling. Can I try to angle myself to a wall?
You can-
Because I can stick to the wall.
You can try.
Alright, I'm gonna
Yeah,
try that. That's dexterity.
I'll give you a dexterity throw.
19.
19. You managed to. Okay, this is where I'm going to be a bit of a mean DM, but I'm trying to set you up for here. We'll find in a second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I should have. In hindsight, I should have texted you this beforehand. So that's my bad. But we'll.
I offered. I told
No,
you.
you did. You did, and that was on me. Anyway, you managed to grip the side of the cliff, but as Raelius jumps over to attempt to save you, he hits you instead, knocking you off the cliff and sending you both tumbling into the abyss.
Fine.
I literally
that.
hate that guy so much.
Now, at this point, Canyon is fully, tumbled in. There's not really much that you can do at this point. Raelius has gone with him. As you are assuming staring down into this ravine, Polnaros kind of comes back and goes, "Why did you stop?"
Because my friend fell down there, plus that other guy that I hate.
I have to go.
Our buddy fell.
Have to get him. He'll be fine. Hopefully. We need to go. And
You're not inspiring confidence, big man.
The sounds of Callisto are getting louder as you go, as well. As he is.
Okay.
Can't hide, village. Village gone.
All right, I'm gonna scream into the hole. We'll come back and get you, Canyon. We need to go.
I grab Polnaros by the armor and I say, "Listen, you want to have friends? You can't abandon your friends. We have to help him."
Nothing I can do. Need to go. And he, using his somewhat shape-shifting abilities, wiggles his way out of your grasp and books it for the portal again.
We can either die right now, all together, or we can come back and get him, and get out of here.
Okay, I shut them into the hole. We'll come back for you, I promise.
Now, as this is going on, of course, you can actually see that Callisto has seemingly found your presence and is flying towards you at a rapid pace.
You can teleport, right?
Me? Yes.
We need to go.
I can Misty Step myself. I don't think I can take anyone else
Just
with me.
run!
Then fucking run, and I'm gonna start jumping. Now.
So as you start booking it,
I book it.
Polnaros has already gotten to the portal and has sort of just thrown himself headlong into it. You two managed to make it right as the face of Callisto sort of becomes more apparent.
Visible.
He seems very shocked to see you two helping the creature, but when he approaches the portal, he sort of slows down and comes to a stop. And addresses you two. He says, "What are you doing in here?"
Listen, we know that you're that guy's dad.
What? I'm not his. What is that guy? He leans around to you to look at Polnaros and drops everything. Polnaros looks confused, doesn't seem to recognize, but something is definitely clicking in Callisto's mind as he sees this. Callisto is, a very cold figure. You haven't really seen him emotional. When he is angry, it's more annoyed at a situation that he cannot control. Mm-hmm. But upon seeing Polnaros, he is immediately overcome with rage. What seems like rage. More so than you would even have expected from seeing this sort of monstrosity. And he ignores you completely and starts walking towards the portal. Just like very slowly and intentionally.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get in between them.
You try to get in between them. Callisto waves his hand and sends you just slamming against a tree. Actually, hold on. You're taking damage from that. He's not...
Jesus.
You take 6 damage. So he just goes, bam, gets you out of his way as fast as possible and continues his walk through the portal. Polnaros starts to get seemingly a little nervous just from this strange figure walking towards him. And his arms suddenly extend out to both sides of Callisto, grab both of you, and yank you backwards through the portal. Mm-hmm. Callisto is unfazed by this and continues walking. But at which point, Polnaros begins sort of doing some strange magic that you don't understand, emitting chaos energy, and the portal rapidly starts to shrink.
Okay.
Oh.
You can get back in there, right?
He sort of makes some grunting sounds, but completely ignores you. Callisto, noticing this, starts to sort of jog faster. No. And right before the portal closes, the last things that you hear Callisto say are, "What have you done to him?" And the portal slams shut.
Well,
Oh shit.
this is where we are now. I guess welcome to the world, Polnaros.
You can get back in there, right?
Polnaros seems very, very shaken. He sort of just like collapses into a lump on the ground, just shaking a little bit.
Okay, so I see that. All right, I pull Glib aside and I say, Glib, we have taken a single loss today. And I think Polnaros is kind of going through something. We will get Canyon back, but for now, I think this weird child thing needs to rest.
Now let's actually cut back to Canyon on that note. As Canyon and Raelius are sort of falling into this, Raelius sort of starts frantically casting some sort of spell that you don't recognize. Come on, where is it? And after a few moments, from the direction that the village was vaguely in, his glider comes into view, swoops both of you up before depositing you onto one of sort of the shattered remnants of this island. Before he just sort of plops down and goes, "Well, shit! You got any ideas, Catman?"
Wait, so where are we?
You are seemingly stuck in the Chaos Realm, at least for now. Possibly with Callisto, though you don't know that yet.
And do I know?
The shaking has stopped, by the way.
Do I know that they bailed on me?
I mean, you know that they aren't there. You did not see them enter the portal, I will say that. So you don't actually know about their whereabouts, no.
Then I guess I would just be like, let we go find you two, and we find the portal, and we get out of here.
All right.
Because like, as far as I know, we've just been falling, right?
Yeah, you were. All that you saw is you fell, and then Raelius swooped you up the glider and now deposited you somewhere. The shaking has stopped, however, and that is all that you know.
And yeah, then plan stays the same. We go to the portal.
All right, let's go find it, I guess. Raelius stands back up, sort of calls his glider, and that's where we'll cut Canyon's story. This is the. I guess I'll go ahead. For those who don't know, Nikhil, because he has to graduate college or something dumb and unimportant like that, is going to be out for the next couple weeks. And he's going to be going on some side adventures with Raelius as the rest of the party is in the overworld. So that is what the setup for this is. Don't worry, Nikhil, there are lots of fun twists and things planned for you. I'm going to keep We'll make it very interesting for you regardless, and I'll get you the updates on that plan later. But
Can't wait.
the little spin-off of Canyon and Raelius's adventures in the Chaos Realm has now been set up as the rest of the party is going on. But now let's return to the main party members. Polnaros is on the ground, still very, very freaked out. You are to do with this information what you will.
So Polnaros is he on the ground still like shaking and scared?
Yeah.
Like, looking at him, does he just look like a lanky, awkward teenager?
No, actually, there's a lot of people saying that like he's like he looks like an adult. Like he looks like an adult, vague adult form. It's not like a baby.
Right.
Yeah. There's people in chat saying that he's like a kid. He does not look like a kid. I should say that.
Okay, so he's not like a teenager, it's like a full-grown adult.
Yeah, and again, it's hard to exactly tell because he's very weird looking, but like he seems to be an adult.
Okay, so Polnaros, you don't seem to understand what happened, but that guy seems to know you, even though he told us he didn't. Had any memories been jogged?
He sort of looks around at the portal room that you're in, and shakes his head no, before sort of drawing himself back up. Goes, I remember this place, but not much.
Okay, so how do you jog a creature's memory that seems to have existed in this world at the time but doesn't remember, but has enough memories to build a similar... Wait a second. Do I recognize the village?
Oh, good question. But no, you do not recognize. Like, it doesn't seem that Uncanny Valley was modeled after anything you particularly know.
Oh, okay. So, Glib, any ideas? I don't know why we're not hearing anything, Panda.
Oh
say.
yeah, I didn't notice you. Yeah, Panda, you're muted.
Yep, there you go. There you go. Fix it. Well, I mean, he currently looks like he saw some shit. I mean, he's more scared than we are, and we just experienced the exact same thing. He saw something that he is not in the right headspace to deal with right now, seemingly. I just want to ask him what he does remember, because he said he remembered this place.
He
What do you remember?
He vaguely describes sort of the same scene that SG pulled from his mind, where the only thing that he really remembers is seeing Callisto close the portal.
Okay.
And
So you know his name
when
is
I was in his
Callisto.
mind,
Oh no, I should say he doesn't. He describes the man. He does not say the name Callisto. I should have clarified.
Okay.
so when I was in his mind, did I get any sense that there's something like physically or like kind of magically blocking the rest of his memory?
That's a good question. I'm trying to think of how to describe it because I sort of know. Not really magically blocking. That's just kind of it. Like that is the beginning that you note. And again,
That's like the beginning of his memory.
that is the beginning of his memory. Yes.
So it seems like maybe at the time. So Polneros, when I was in your mind, it seemed like your very first memory was of you being locked away, which makes me think that you were a baby and just became conscious when you were locked away.
He sort of tilts his head. I don't know.
Well, you're not a baby anymore, and it seems like you can...
Why would they want to lock you away?
I don't know. I don't want to hurt anyone.
Do you remember what you did before that?
I want to... He sort of just trails off, and he raises up his hands, and he kind of just emits the same sort of liquid chaos energy that he does, and sort of just into like a big burst of it, before shaping it sort of into what seems to be actually a vague imitation of a frog, as if he's sort of trying to replicate something off of Glib. Not a frog man, but like an actual frog.
Yeah.
Of course, it's wrong and has the same sort of distortion that all of his other creations seem to. And he sort of just plops that to the ground and lets it hop away, and then sort of just kind of goes quiet again.
I'm assuming there's dust on the ground. Is there dust?
There's dust on the ground. Sure, it's in a cave.
I draw that same symbol from the paper I read earlier today or yesterday on the ground, like the eye shape, and I ask him, so Polneros, you recognize the Symmetry symbol? Do you recognize this symbol?
He kind of slowly nods once again before speeding up a little bit.
Okay, so that is an even bigger problem.
He doesn't really
How
comment
is that
on the
big
situation further.
So, Glib, I am psychic, you know.
Right.
Psychic is not a very common thing to
Right.
exist, and it seems like Methuselah was writing a textbook, and part of it was on my village, where it seems like we have an unnatural number of psychics, and they had this almost kind of, it's not a cult, it's like a, what would be the word? Organization with this symbol, and someone I knew was in it. I don't know much of this organization, but it seems like Polneros does. Or
Okay.
did.
So wait, where are we? Like we got portaled out of the portal, and now we're in a village somewhere.
You're in the portal room again. It seemed.
Okay.
Oh, we gotta get out
Yeah,
of
you're in the
here.
portal room again.
Okay. I don't know if he can get out, but he sure as shit got in. We need to get out of here because
We do need to get out of here.
he's gonna find us again. We'll figure out what we need to figure out when we can, but we need to leave now.
Well, that's not the only problem. Minerva is going to realize pretty soon that we did send her troops away, and it's only a matter of time before she comes back, so we must get out.
I want to turn to Polnaris and go, is there any way for us to destroy this portal? Or destroy the ability to get in from here?
He doesn't really respond. Presumably, he does not know.
Great. Okay, let's, is there any holes or anything in this area, or is this still just under the ground, under the, Department of Light?
So the tunnel that you came in seems to be blocked, but there is the way that you entered, because Raelius took you through the main
Right.
entrance.
Okay.
Right.
We go
Okay.
out that way.
So you go out that way. The door seems to still be open, or not locked for whatever reason.
Right.
Remember that the guards said it was, they're implied that they had no way to open it. But that was it's still open for you guys. But instead of opening into the nightclub, this time it opens actually at the exit of the street, where like the nightclub exit onto the street.
Right. Great, magic doors. Love those.
Magic doors.
Okay,
And
so now...
can we go back to the safe house?
You can go back to the safe house, sure. But on the way, I'm gonna
Okay.
depress some people. On the way, Polnaros is looking around at the city in general, or even right as you walk out. He looks
Yeah.
amazed at everything around, just sort of wide-eyed gazing. But after a moment, he notices a rat, just a basic street rat, sort of scurrying around, and walks over to it. The rat seems weirdly non-disturbed by his presence, and he reaches out, and he holds his hand out to the rat, and some of his chaos energy sort of floods out into it, and begins twisting the rat itself into one of its more abomination-altered forms. And it scurries away, seemingly in some sort of pain.
Okay.
Okay, so okay.
Hey,
okay.
Pole, buddy.
Turns around to look at you.
You can't do that. You can't do
That's
that,
why I'm
man.
here.
What do
You're
you mean?
here because you were trapped, and we wanted you to not be trapped anymore. You can't manipulate living
I want to see the
things.
world.
Just,
I want to change the world.
Oh.
I'm gonna
it
turn to
seems like we
SJ and
might have
immediately be
made
like, "We fucked up."
We fucked up. I think we fucked up.
We
Oh
fucked
yeah, we
up.
fucked up. We fucked up.
He kind of
So-
cocks his head. There's something wrong.
No,
Polneros?
we're good.
Polneros?
Everything is totally fine. Please don't do that while you're with us. For now.
If you
Okay.
insist.
Okay, we need to speak because you might not know that you are not supposed to change people or things without their consent, because that's wrong.
Right.
So if you ask people if they would like to be changed and they say yes, then it's okay. But if they can't say yes and they can't say no, you cannot do that.
And you have to make sure they know what you mean by change.
Yes. Yes.
Roll insight on him. He doesn't speak, but he sort of gets an odd look on his face. So just roll insight.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Oh, great.
Okay, what did you get?
A 4.
Okay, nat 20 and 4. So SG has no idea, but Glib gets the distinct sense you don't know whether he doesn't understand or doesn't care. It's hard to tell from his expression, or from his distorted expressions, which he doesn't seem to take any heed of that notion.
Okay. Can I I'm gonna look at him a little bit harder and just go, we have a deal, big man?
What deal for me?
You don't get locked back up again.
On that note, his face immediately darkens.
What Glib means by this is that we won't let anyone lock you up as long as you don't change people or things without their consent.
Your words of reassurance don't seem to faze him as he starts slowly backing away from you.
Or if I can cast calm emotions, he won't do that.
You can try.
Calm emotions.
You can try to cast calm emotions on the Elder
That's
God.
my last second level spell. So calm emotions. Yeah. It's a charisma saving throw.
All right. What's the DC?
I assume it's 14.
All right,
It's
he
usually like my
passes.
spell saves. God fucking damn it.
Yeah, he passes. And now looking oddly, not even angry as much as disappointed. His body sort of shifts into the same liquid chaos that you've seen him emit so many times and streaks off into the alleyway.
Yeah, so Glib, we fucked up. We might have fucked
We
up.
fucked up.
We fucked up.
We fucked up.
And on that note, I think that'll be the end of session 4.
Did a great job.
Yeah, Nikhil wasn't even there for the
This
important
we're
part of
gonna show
that.
back up again, and we're gonna be like,
Nikhil,
There's a title of
he's-
episode 4, we fucked up.
yeah.
whoops.
I told you, I was like, you don't want to show title this one too early, because there's some
We
twists
fucked
that are gonna happen.
We fucked up.
So
I
yeah.
mean, hey God, it's me, Glib.
True.
Still
Hey God
works
is
for
yeah.
on there.
So yeah.
That still worked. We fucked up can be the
Oh,
title
we
of
fucked
next episode. We're trying to fix this.
I really had you guys thinking he was a good guy. I'm so proud of myself.
Oh, we fucked up. At least we got Jared back.
You did get Jared back.
We did lose, like, one of our main party members.
You
We
lost
lost our
Canyon.
best friend.
You lost Canyon and you lost Raelius. That's why I was
That
saying
wasn't a
because
loss.
again,
We didn't lose.
I had to
Raelius.
get them separated, which is really funny. When earlier you were like, "Yeah, I think Canyon and SG are friends now." I was like, "Ah, shit." This arc is happening
That's
right
gonna be a
before.
problem. Which is hilarious because SG is the first one to be like, we're getting back later. We need to care for the little centipede man who seems like
The
he's
little
having a rough
centipede
time right
man
now.
who is not as great as he might seem. Actually, I don't. You'll learn more about what his whole
And you
dealio
motherfuckers
is.
wanted us to hug him.
It'll be fine.
I read your chat. I know what you thought.
I really enjoyed Panda not knowing where his camera was for a second. there.
Well, yeah. I'm looking at my feed on Twitch,
Yeah.
my feed on Skype, and then my camera.
Yep. All right. So that's the dramatic end of session 4. When we next have a session, I will be on summer break, which means I get to spend more time on doing things for this, which will be fun. I get to prep fancier stuff. Now, anyone have anything to plug? I usually ask. I do know that Nikhil has something specific though, so let me hold on, Nikhil. Let me make sure you. Okay, you should go on the main feed when you start talking.
All right. Hello, everyone. I have a Kickstarter going on right now. It's for an animated pilot I'm trying to make, an adaptation of one of my TikTok series. It's in the link in my bio on TikTok, which is, I'm sure you're aware of if you're from here, what my TikTok is. Go. Anything helps. Thank
It's
you so
the
much.
immortal, the bumbling immortal, right? Yes.
The bumbling
So if you
of
want to, Amy just dropped a link in the chat. Thank you, Amy. I'll put a.
Love
I'll actually, Nikhil, remind me next week, and I'll put a. Even though you're not going to be here, remind me next week, and I'll put a bot rotation in putting that out every couple minutes.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else got anything?
Nope.
I don't have anything specific to say except that I feel like if we had given him a hug, we probably would have died instantly.
Who knows?
I also I considered the licking meme because people kept saying it in the chat, and I was like, I feel like I'll die.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna happen.
I feel like licking the Elder God will cause us severe bodily harm at the very worst.
Licking the Elder God is going to be quite a choice. All
I
right.
did consider fighting him at one point, and I was like, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
That's an intrusive thought.
You'll
Maybe not
have
great.
opportunities later, I'm sure. Who knows where he's going to pop
Maybe
up
not
next?
start with that.
Who knows where he's going to pop up next? You'll have to come next Friday to find out. And on that note, that is the end of our show. It will be up on YouTube sooner than usual because I'm actually gonna do it better this time because Twitch and my computer hates me, but I swear I'm gonna do it better this week. And we will be back next Friday at 4 p.m. Central with episode 5. Thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.